right, Brandon. So could you hear us? Are we good to go? All right. So
No sé, güey.
if you could get the mic a little bit closer to you.
No se cae.
I hope not.
Check, test,
Sí.
test.
Mine does.
Sí. Oh.
Ay.
Yo estoy pedo.
Hello en el puyo.
Pura clave MC.
Hello.
good,
Testing.
Brandon?
1, 2.
All
Testing.
right.
1, 2.
We're gonna do the.
Sí.
All right. So
You got a wireless headset.
thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate it. I don't know if you guys want to introduce yourselves. Starting with you.
Sweet. Where do I look at, by the way?
This is your camera.
Cool.
Hello, everybody. My name is Mario Rosales. I am the drummer and exotic dancer for Clave MC.
This is Magic Mario. That's his stage name.
Magic Mario.
And then if you want to pull that, probably that one's closer to you.
All right, my name's Edwin Mendieta. I'm their, photographer at times. Other times I'm just standing there watching them. I am me tiraron en la abajo un día.
What's cracking, everybody? I am Miguel Romero. Yo soy la primera voz y accordion aquí de Clave MC. I'll be speaking a little bit of Spanish and English.
All good, yeah.
What's up, everybody? My name is Charlie Hidalgo. I am the guitarist and the second voice of Clave MC. Sí, señor.
All right. From the get-go, what is Clave MC?
Damn.
I have an idea, but I just don't know what it is.
Una bola de locos que nomás hacen desmadre. Pero es una bola de locos que nacieron con ese desmadre y le sacaron provecho, pues.
Got it. ¿Qué significa MC? What does it stand for?
I wanna hear Mario's explanation.
I hate
first of
this.
what he
I
thought.
hate this
of what he
story.
thought it meant.
So they asked me to join this band, right? And I was like, "What's it called?" And they're like, "Oh, Clave MC." I'm like, "All right, for sure." If you guys don't know, we're local here in Marin County, right? So I'm like Clave MC, like area code, like Marin County. So I'm like, "All right, for sure." It turns out about a year later, we get asked the question, and these guys proceed to say, actually, MSS stands for Miguel and Charlie, and I get so pissed because I'm like, what the fuck? Like, nobody told me that. I would never join a group called Miguel and Charlie, but it's Clave MC is Clave Miguel Charlie, I guess.
So that's what it really stands for. Because I thought it was Marin County, too.
That's what it started. That's how it started, but
Okay.
we're trying to find something else to replace.
We're like trying to
the
find
MC.
something to replace it. so-
Okay, got it.
Yeah, but
Cool.
the way it came out to be was because we were thinking of names when me and Migs like met each other and started playing together.
Uh-huh.
Like, let's give a name for our group or something. And we were just a duo at the time, So
Got it.
I don't know what Migs came up with. He was like Los Bohemios del Norte
Oh
or
my
some shit like that. I
God.
was like,
Chingo de desmadre.
Ah,
Yo he querido sacarle
no,
nombre.
señor.
Así del
Yeah,
norte,
yeah,
pues,
yeah.
algo
Paisa ass
clasicón.
name, man.
Del norte del norte otro.
and like when Clave came out, I was thinking of Marca Mepe, because their name is like sencillo and it sounds
Exactly,
simple
yeah.
and it sounds clean too. It's not too of a mouthful, you know what I mean?
Exactly. It's catchy, simple,
So I
easy
was,
to remember.
literally, yeah. So
Yeah.
I was thinking Marca, and I was like, Clave kind of sounds like Marca, same syllables, And then MP, I was like, oh, MC, just because Miguel and Charlie was the first thing that
Got it.
popped in my head. And then I just said it, and I was like, Clave MC, that sounds cool, Let's run with it. Let's see where it goes.
Got it. So originally it was just you two when you started the band?
Yeah. It's a long story, but basically during COVID 2020, I had moved out here to Novato. And when I moved out here, when stuff started opening up again in 2021, I signed up for the gym at Anytime Fitness. And when I signed up, Miguel was a trainer there at the time. And
Here in Novato?
yeah.
Simón, aquí,
Oh,
right here
shit.
by Safeway.
Dude, I signed up like 2 years ago.
Uh-huh.
I've been there twice.
Once a year.
Yeah, dude.
Te están
January
chingando la
1st
feria,
of each
loco.
year.
Yeah, every Monday I'm like, I'll start next Monday. Monday rolls
Yeah.
around, I have some shit going on. I'll start next Monday. I've been there saying that for like 2 weeks.
Es el
I mean,
caso
2
con
years.
mucha gente.
It'd be
Yeah.
like that. It'd be like that. It's tough for sure. But yeah, he was a trainer at the gym,
Oh, shit,
and
that's dope.
yeah, when I was signing up, when I saw his face, I was like, I've seen this guy on somebody's Instagram. So we have a mutual friend, and I had seen Migs play on that guy's story one time on Instagram. He's playing the accordion, and when I recognized him when I was signing up, and I was like, "Hey, you're the accordion player, right?" He's like, "Yeah, how do you know?" And I was like, "Oh, I have a buddy who follows you too, and like I saw you." And I don't know what came to mind, but I was like, I want to practice with him someday, And at the time, I wasn't into like Mexican music, you know, like I grew up like playing like rock kind of music, like with the guitar and stuff, and like classical guitar. But you know, I always like trying new stuff, and I'm Mexican, by the way, so I kind of want to like embrace my roots in that sort of sense, you know. So I had told Miguel like, hey bro, if you're free, next Tuesday, let's practice together. And he was like, yeah, let's do it, I'm down. And ever since then, we'd always meet up on Tuesdays and Thursdays, just jamming out in my garage. And from there, like, you know, word of mouth, like, hey, come to this barbecue, come play right here. We played at each other's family parties here and there. And then, yeah, our first gig. Did you want to talk about the first gig?
Yeah, I'll start with that. So, pues sí, como dice él, we were fucking around with the instruments. I remember during that time, I had barely started picking up el accordion así bien. I was still very like shaky on it. And, you know, we'd get asked to play here, there. And then one day I have this friend named Marisol. She messaged me. She's like, hey, why don't you pull up with Charlie, you know, play a few songs. I was like, yeah, chingón, está bien. I remember, I think it was like January or February we were going to go.
It was February. Yeah.
It was February. And then, pues le digo a este, hey, güey, jalas o qué, Simón, chido. And it was just going to be me and him, nomás. And then I remember the week of, on Sunday, I was telling my mom about it. She's like, oh, hey, ¿por qué no invitas a tu amigo Mario? And I had thought about it, but during that time, Mario had just, like, had his daughter, you know, so I didn't really want to bother him. But then I was like, you know what, fuck, I guess it doesn't hurt to ask. So le mando un audio, hey, wey, jalas o qué? Immediately, Simón, wey, let's do it. Órale, chingón. Yeah, I know a bass player. I'll pull up with him. So, Wednesday, you know, we had agreed on Wednesday. Wednesday rolls around. And then that's when, you know, we pull up, and that's where I met Nate. That's where me and him met Nate. Shout out to the homie Nate. He was supposed to come today. He wasn't able to make it. Pero sí, ahí llegó, y, you know, we started jamming a little bit. Salió chido. Todo bien. And then Saturday rolls around, and then estamos ahí, you know, we pull up. She's like, oh, my God, you brought a whole ass, you know, 4 beaners, you know. So, yeah, we set up, tocamos, y ahí estaban las tías grabando ahí en su Facebook Live, grabando así todo. Y, oh, pues, ¿quién son ustedes? Están preguntando quién son. Y I was like, ni idea, no tenemos unos locos ahí nomás que salieron.
So did he have a name by then or not?
En ese tiempo todavía no, huh?
I don't think we
No
did.
creo. I don't
can't
think so.
remember.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think so. So yeah, we were just, you know, they're asking us, and the outcome was really good. You know, it was a really good outcome. We had a good time. Nos rifamos que como 2 horas.
Something like
Una-
that, but
una
we,
o dos horas
we
nos
only knew
echamos.
like 10 songs. So
We-
we were just kind of like elongating them, repeating. And just,
Repeating the whole set list like 5 times.
you know.
That's crazy.
Pero Simón, y luego, pues, we pulled up to this fool's garage, started unloading everything. Wow, pues qué chingón, le seguimos, qué pedo. Fuck it, you know, y desde entonces, pues, nos empezamos a juntar, a ensayar, a practicar, y así nació la clave MC.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So how did you guys practice? Like how did you already had practice before the event? Like how did you guys like play together?
We kind
Or was
of,
it simple? I mean, I'm not a musician, so I
it
don't know how that shit
was
works.
just like, me and him already knew some songs, so we just practiced that, like the
Yeah.
songs that him and I would.
But when you called the other guys, like how did you guys like coordinate? Is it easy to like integrate other
Pues,
members?
haz de cuenta que este güey ya es todo un maestro. Este güey, el Mario, he'll pick up on like any
Oh,
beat,
okay,
on
okay,
any
okay.
rhythm. And Nate, él también ya tiene un tiempo tocando, so, you know, they'll catch on quick.
Got it.
They
got it,
catch
got it,
on
got it.
quick. Give them a beat, they'll hop on it hella quick.
For
Yeah.
us, it was interesting because when I had first gotten the call, they skipped over this portion of it where I had came to a rehearsal of theirs, and así nomás, right? They had invited me like, hey, these are the songs. I'd never played that music before. I didn't even grow up really listening to a lot of like Mexican regional stuff,
Mhm.
but nonetheless, it sounded interesting, right? So I go. And dude, I hate it. I'm like, hell no. Like, what am I doing? Like, I didn't like the music. I didn't like the beats. Like, I found it to be super repetitive and boring. And so I was like, immediately, like, I'm never going back. Fast forward, like, months later, I had my child by that time and whatnot. Miguel me dice, like, hey, bro, like, come over. Like, we want to do this gig. And I was like, you know what? Like, let's do it. Let's, you know, what's the worst that can happen? And this time I bring Nate with me, and Nate and I actually we met playing at church together. So that's actually where I grew up and he grew up. It's just playing in church.
church?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so we're primarily we're known as like a lot of just like church musicians and stuff. But
Keep talking. Let me close that door because it's getting noisy.
yeah. So we pull up and we just kind of improvised over their music, and it took us a little while to catch like a liking towards it, but ultimately we were able to bring in our own influence and kind of find our own sound within the Mexican regional music genre.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what church did you guys go to? Do you still go to that church or?
No. This is like a church that I was born into.
Oh,
My
okay.
parents super active in church. It's
got
actually
it.
down in San Rafael. But yeah, I mean, now when I go to church, it's on my own time, and it's up in Santa Rosa occasionally, or here in Nevada with Charlie every once in a
Okay.
while. But yeah.
Cool. ¿Y tú?
Yo.
You just the camera guy or?
Despertate, pues.
Oh, damn.
Despertate, mierda.
Well, see, so they started like I came onto the scene with them, probably like when they were like 8 months into it. I remember it was that year, that first year they started. It was like August, and then the first event I went with them was East Brothers, like East Bros, and like East Brothers Brewery in Richmond, and then like I've seen them play before on people's stories, right? I kind of knew Charlie, like I just seen him there, and I hit up Charlie. I'm like, hey, that's what you guys are doing is pretty dope, like, and at the time I was, on the photography thing, on the photography hype, and yeah, and I told him, hey, let me take some pictures for you guys one day. I was like, bro, like, give me $40. So, dude, I told him so low ass price. 'Cause I was like, oh, I don't know if they're gonna be good for time like going out like that. So yeah, and
$40, man.
I said something hella cheap, and then Charlie, like, they ended up giving me more, and yeah, since then I just kind of been rolling with them. It was kind of like we have like a music video on like our TikTok and YouTube, kind of like a highlight recap video of what happened that day, and it was a good ass event, to be honest. And then that's how I started with them. I think that was like 8 months when you guys were in. 8
Yeah,
months?
that was our first or second time at East Bros. I can't really remember, but I recognized Edwin when he sent me that DM through Instagram because we went to the same high school. We went to Santa.
I was just gonna ask you guys as well, like as far as school, like did you guys go? I thought you guys went to the same school or something.
No.
Miguel and I did. We both went to
Me and
Nevada.
Mario. I met Mario my sophomore year. He was a freshman, I was a sophomore. I met him in one of my math classes,
Yeah.
something like that. And pues ahí pues nos hicimos compas. I remember we used to like kick it like all the time. Éramos un grupito de como 4 o 5. Y antes éramos bien marihuanos, nos juntábamos a fumar mota y todo.
What school did you guys go to, if you don't mind me asking?
We went to Nevada High.
Okay.
Me and Mario nos juntábamos ahí a fumar mota, así, echar desmadre, pues, chamacos ahí,
Yeah, of course.
mocosos,
Yeah.
y ya nos hicimos compas así. Charlie, pues, hace que como 3 años que lo conocí.
Yeah, that day at the gym.
Ajá, y él también, Edwin, before, he was just like our photographer. And then, like, literally recently, just like a few months ago, I would say like a few months ago, he started like actually, we started, Edwin, he's cool, he's a cool person. Hay que invitarlo a salir con nosotros. Y ya, pues, desde entonces se hizo compa de nosotros. And now he kicks it with us everywhere.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Part of the team. He's part of the family.
Yeah, he's part of the team now. He's part of
He
the
is
family.
Clave MC.
He's part of Clave MC now.
Yeah,
Back then,
man.
we would just hit him up like las fotos y todo eso. Pero ya, es chido el vato. Y we brought him onto the
Hey.
team. Y anda con nosotros. Hasta se compró un traje, el loco.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
he's
seen
man.
you
Traje.
with the traje,
Yeah.
Nice.
I was looking fly as fuck with the traje. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hella shiny.
Bro, those suits. Oh my god.
This is
so
sick,
so
man.
it's
about
hella
him?
funny. So like I'll start it off, then you guys can take over after. But like, so like I think it was like whole year later from when I started with them, and then they decided to buy. Okay, we need some official suits, and then during that whole year we did none of the YouTube stuff by then. Like none of it. We had like, I think you guys had like 20 followers on there.
On
If
YouTube.
that.
Yeah, something
Before
like
I
that.
think we had like
Back
10,
then.
bro.
YouTube at that time, but we were so
There was
bad.
no videos.
Yeah,
videos.
no videos, and then like so yeah, and then they decided like, hey, let's get some trajes, fully custom, and then we went up. Then these fools got the idea that, oh, let's go to where all these grupos go to, and those pink horses in LA. And then I got the idea. I'm
Is that
like,
the spot
hey,
to get trajes?
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
spot. The spot.
Yeah, like Marca Mepel,
Oh,
Fantasma.
de toda la gente así. Ahí va.
It's sick,
Yeah.
man. It's a great spot.
It's a dope spot.
Yeah.
It's a little petty. You pull up, you're like, damn, casi entras y hay seguridad y todo el pedo. No, there's like a gate. You have to wait for them to like open the door. But it definitely is a little petty. It's like, I don't know. But it's a spot.
But
¿Está por los
yeah.
callejones o qué?
Un poco retirado, no sé. No.
Really?
All of LA looks the
Little
same
bit.
to me, man.
Yeah,
it's somewhere out
It's
there.
not like hella close, pero también no está muy retirado.
Okay.
Yeah, and then like that LA trip is when I decided to, hey, let's start vlogging. And
Yeah.
these fools were like scratching their heads. They're like,
What
fuck,
is
a ver
it?
cómo sale, you know? And that's when we started. We started our vlog, our YouTube stuff with that adventure to LA, designing a suit, exploring LA. And then, yeah, that's just how we started YouTube and just our vlogs, you know? Like
That's
we tried
crazy. That was December, huh?
Yeah, that was December.
December. So our growth on YouTube went from like 10 subscribers, if that, to like 140. I think we are at today.
154 right now.
154 today.
154
And that's
right now.
seriously all due to like all of
shout out
Edwin's
to
work,
Edwin,
man,
shout out to Edwin,
and
yo.
Shout out to
his
Edwin.
professionalism and just everything. And it's cool to see his growth journey like along with ours, because I mean when we met, yes, we were 8 months in, but that's nothing for like a band, you know.
Yeah.
And kind of see Edwin go from just taking pictures to doing some film and then doing some edits and you know whatnot. So it's been nice, and he's become like that really like crucial part of the team. So
Wow.
it's really cool.
Yeah, content creating is pretty time consuming.
It's
Yeah,
very,
and then,
hell
like,
yeah.
when
That
you
shit's so
start-
stressful. I'd be trying to do that type of shit. I'm over here like pissed as hell because I can't. I don't know. It's annoying. So shout out to the boy Edwin.
It takes a long time, yeah. Especially if like you do it yourself. It's like
Yeah.
you know you
It's
have
bello,
Instagram,
yeah.
social
I-
media,
I've been,
like you
like-
know TikTok, shit like that. you
Yeah,
know?
I've been like pumping out
MySpace.
like 2 vlogs a week. That's what I
Yeah.
do. And then
Holy
now I'm doing one short and one TikTok a week.
Mhm.
It's the same video on both platforms, but I'm doing like at least one short
Mhm.
TikTok video every day, and then the 2 vlogs a week now.
Yeah.
So how long does it take you to edit a vlog?
Damn.
Do you
And-
edit a lot? or
Back
you
then,
just make
back
it as
then,
raw as
oh my
possible?
god, back then it took me like 4 hours because like I had to find a program, find like just started new because I was like with them, like it was just trying everything new, trying this with them, and you know like it took me a while, but you know like I figured it out. Before 4 hours, now it's more like 2.
Okay.
Yeah, so I cut the time down a lot. A lot of the time is just just waiting for stuff to load.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
that shit takes
that's a long time.
A
Yeah.
long time.
Yeah.
I just found out that I had to call my internet provider because there's upload and
Yeah,
download.
upload and
I
download.
didn't know this, dude.
Yeah.
And for my first like 10 episodes, it would literally take like the whole fucking night to
Yeah.
upload one episode.
Overnight, yeah.
I was like, dude,
Yeah,
why
it's-
does this take so long? So I called, or somebody told me about calling Comcast, and I
Mm.
didn't them know that I needed
More.
upload. I
Yeah.
think, yeah,
a
right.
higher, you have to get a higher plan.
Yeah. So once I did that, it takes like what 20-30 minutes now. It's
Yeah.
a huge difference.
So like like right now, I like because before I post the vlogs, I have them approve it. So like I try to be like one vlog ahead. Like I have one like I'm posting 2 a week. I post those 2, but I already have like another 2 like in the back seat
in the works. yeah, yeah.
waiting. You know,
Okay.
so I don't run out of content in case because there's some weekends we don't go out, we don't film anything. So I try to keep ahead of it,
Mm-hmm.
and then for them to have time to approve it, and then yeah, it takes like 4 hours to upload to share a vlog. I have to
Yeah.
upload. I use Dropbox, so
Okay.
then it takes like a couple hours to upload there, and then they can see it.
Hmm.
Yeah,
How long are your videos usually?
like anywhere from we have some small ones from 8 minutes, or our longest one was like 27, like our gym vlog.
Okay. Yeah, I saw part of that one. Yeah, that's cool. So, how has it been going for you guys now? What's the difference between when you first started to now? Because I had heard of you guys, through people and stuff. One of you guys has like a truck that has Clave MC in the back. Is that you?
Yeah,
I seen you in the freeway a couple of times.
It's me. It's like the 3 trucks that
Yeah.
have that.
I thought it was a truck club. When I first started, I swear. And then I started like seeing clips of you guys playing online,
Orale.
and I was like, oh shit, they're not a truck club, they're a band. Yeah, but I
Yeah.
thought you guys were like a car club or something. When I saw it was,
Yeah.
Sick ass
No, it's
car
funny because
club.
like that sticker, one my uncle has it, and then shout out to Juan Pablo, DJ Romero, and another one of my cousins, he has it. And it's funny because like I work with my uncle, trabajo en la pintura, and I work with him all the time. He's always telling me like, yeah, like I be driving down the street, and then like de repente se me empareja unas personas y empiezan a saludar y luego se quedan como, ¿quién chingados es ese varón?" But yeah, and I think that's hella funny. But yeah, the one that you seen around this area, most likely mine.
okay.
Most likely mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a truck club or something.
Should
when
start
I
a
first
truck
saw it.
club, bro.
No,
I
Clave
know, you
MC
should.
Truck Club.
With my
Yeah.
Camry. Damn.
The Jolly Ranger.
MSA trucking.
So aside from being in the band, you guys have your jobs. You do painting.
Simon, yeah, right now at the moment I've been doing painting for like a CC full time for like the past 2-3 years. I remember before that I was doing personal training. Like Charlie said, at first I started off, training by myself while I was going to school at the SRJC. I was kind of just doing training. I was training people bajo mi cuenta y todo ese pedo. And like one of my homies, he's like, hey, like I know you're trying to be a trainer. We need some trainers. You're trying to pull up to Anytime Fitness. I'm like, Simon, I pulled up, and they're like, oh, well, you can be you can't train yet, but you can do internship because I was still working on my certificate.
Mhm.
And then, but yeah, so I was there, the internship. I was learning Anytime Fitness, and then yeah, I got my certificate. Me puse a trabajar ahí. Estaba ahí por un rato. Pegó el COVID. And then, we stopped working for a little bit. And then we started doing online and shit like that. And then.
Training online.
Yeah, like Zoom.
How was that?
Yeah. It was interesting because
bet it was.
you'll
Out of
be
the
like
camera like this.
training. And then all of a sudden you see like a naked baby run across the screen. And then like there's like babies crying in the background. Or the mom or the dad is like, shut up, And then it's just, and then the Wi-Fi, not everybody has like very good Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So it's definitely it's a little annoying, but at that time, it was kind of was all you had. It's all you had to do. But training in person is definitely a lot better.
Oh,
It's a
I
lot
bet
better,
it is.
100% better.
You
Yeah.
could like see what the fuck.
Yeah,
they're
and then you can
doing
like walk around and you can see like if they're doing it wrong or they're doing it
Yeah.
bad. You know what I mean? Simon. But yeah, and then there were some problems that happened between me and one of the employees there. Ended up leaving, and then but during that time I was working. So I was de cuenta from like 8 till 12. I'll work in painting. I'll take my lunch and then just drive home and then start working from 2 to 8 at the gym. At the gym from 2 p.m. to 8 at night. And then so yeah, that's what I was doing while I was doing personal training. I was working en la mañana y en la tarde. Ya después cuando me salí ahí del gimnasio, pues me puse a trabajar full time in painting.
Okay.
Hey.
How do you like painting? I used to do painting back in the day.
Painting
it's
is
fun. I like it, but it's just cuando estás trabajando afuera and there's hella like sun.
un
like
solazo.
summer.
Yeah, painting,
Brutal.
it's pretty cool. It's
Eso
pretty
te
mellow.
aprietas
It
tu
definitely
compa.
has it definitely has its days though. It definitely has its days, but for the most part, it's pretty cool. I think the most annoying part of painting is the prepping, the prep work, or like when you're outside in the blazing sun putting fucking stain on a deck. You know what I mean? On
Yeah.
a deck, you got the smell of the chemicals. You got sweat dripping down your face. That can be a little, a little annoying.
Yeah.
And then, but other than that, it's chill. It's cool. You could be working. You could be chopping it up while you're working, trabajando, escuchando unas rolitas ahí. And yeah, pues, está bien, está bien. Good pay too.
Yeah. Especially like if you have your own company or stuff.
Simón.
Where
Yeah.
money's at.
Algún día, yeah. Algún día.
Yeah.
Yeah, the company that I work for actually right now, it's my dad's business.
Okay.
It's my dad's business. So a ver algún día que me lo pase a mí.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You expand.
Simón,
something, yeah.
Simón.
That's cool. Y que so when you guys do gigs, how does that work for you guys? Like, do you guys reach out to people? Do people reach out to you? Because you're more well known now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how does that work? I'm sure it's
Um,
different now than when you started.
Yeah, so now it's definitely a lot easier for us to get gigs. All the gigs that we have, it's people like messaging us, just inquiries. People want to get us for private events. People want to get us for public events, and yeah, like gracias a Dios, Clave MC has spoken for itself. The talent, we've shown off, the kind of stuff that we got, the energy that we have. Gracias a Dios todos salimos con la misma energía, con el mismo ambiente, mismo desmadre, and that really it really sticks to people, and people are like, yo, like these dudes are son otro pedo, and so yeah, that's usually how we get gigs now. Nomás puros inquiries.
Yeah, that you said something very very important there. That was the first time I saw you guys perform in Runner Park, and your energy is fucking impeccable.
Yeah,
Like, you guys
man.
love each other. It's fun. It's like you said, le pega a la gente. It's like people want to
Simón, yeah.
dance.
The
Like
PE at high school paid off.
High school.
But yeah, it's just something about like moving on stage that just feels so free, because
Yeah.
like, versus just standing there and playing, compared to like, hey, like me and Miguel, like some like leg like dance move that we do
Yeah.
all the time, and I don't know, it just feels more lively, and like Miguel said,
Hell
like the
yeah.
people relate to
Hell
it
yeah.
more, like
yeah, absolutely.
Connect.
They
Yeah,
exactly
there we
connect
go.
with you.
relate.
Were you guys like this from the get go?
Hell no.
No?
Hell no.
So-
So I was telling them, like, like a year later on when I was with them, I was telling them, like, dude, but when I started with you guys to how you guys are now, though they were up there just standing like this, hella
Yeah, no
stiff, like the hella tieso.
Like
no one
Statue
made
of
like
Liberty,
no one
like,
was smiling. Had todos serios, like focusing.
It would
And
just be
now-
Nate and I going stupid up there, flipping our sticks and just like going crazy. Because Nate and I, again, we've been playing like our whole lives. So for us being on stage and like putting on a show, like it's so like natural for us. You know what I mean? Coming in with these guys, they had like no experience like being on stage, no stage
Nothing.
presence, no like nothing. Like we were like one of those groups that would be seen as like the singers that like had like the lyrics like this. You know what I mean? The whole time they're just staring at their phone.
Yeah, I was literally like this whole
And
time.
like
this was before I'd be saying like, yeah, chale compa Miguel, or
Yeah,
pura
like,
clave
no-
MC.
no
Dead
ambiente, nothing.
silence in the
Nothing.
middle.
Really?
And then if we were to say like clave MC, it'd just be like clave MC.
like hella shy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, that's why I had like this little sound board thing that like I would loop like specific things that say like clave, MS, whatever, like just to kind of add some more like
Yeah,
energy.
sound effects,
yeah, and it helped us like in the beginning, and I think for anybody going into like performing live or performing in front of people, like it's like intimidating and it's scary and it's like a lot of pressure and yeah, so it took us a little while. I want to say we got to perfect it quite recently. I want to say like October of last year was where we really saw like the fruit of all the discipline and hard work that we put behind it, of just being able to provide such a dynamic live show, you know what I mean? And yeah, so shout out to these guys here, because they go crazy now, you know what I mean? Like they're amazing with their crowd control and their energy, and all the stuff that they do. It's insane. So yeah.
Yeah, no, compared to back then, nada que ver. Cause like Mario said, me and Charlie had like no stage presence. Charlie had a good experience in like singing and in playing, while as me, I'm actually like the rookie of the group. I just started. I picked up the accordion in like 2018, 2019. Picked it up for like almost a year, and then I kind of forgot about it for like a year, and then I picked it up again, and then that's kind of when around the time that I met him. And then back then, I couldn't sing for shit. I couldn't sing at all. I couldn't sing at all. Like I think back, I'm like, where the fuck did I get the balls to sing in front of a crowd and shit? And even like my own family and his family would be like, yo, why is he the one singing?
I was gonna ask you, like, so what made you become like the lead voice?
What?
So what made you become the lead voice of the group?
No
So you
sé.
guys just-
A mí me gustaba cantar, pero no sabía. Me gustaba. And I'm those type of people that are like, si le chingo, va a salir a huevo. Tiene que salir sí o sí. And so I knew that I didn't sing good. And even now, I wouldn't say that I'm, hella good either. But I just know, like, consistency is the key. And so that's literally why. And yo soy de esas personas que soy bien como, like, me gusta aventarme al I like to try new things, and I like challenges. And so that's why I guess I could say that I did it. And I don't fall for like criticism very easily. I don't get like, I don't take any type of judgment. I take it as like, all right, you know what, I can do better, or I use it as like type of motivation. So that's kind of how why I guess I stuck to singing and all that shit. Y por eso no me agüité. Y, I was like, oh, no, fuck it, mejor no canto. Porque escucho culero. But yeah, and then just like practice. And Charlie, él fue el que me afinó la voz, pues. Él es el que me enseñó a cantar.
How? Like, how would you like better your voice? Like, you practice.
He would tell me, he's like, oh, you hit it here, and then I'll hit it. He'd be like, no, that's too low. So you have to go higher, or you have to go lower. He'll give me like the chord, or like he'll give me an example with his voice, and then I'll like try to like hit that. And it took a long time. It took a while. Pero pues ya lo estoy agarrando bien. Ya, gracias a Dios, la práctica hace el maestro y pues
you
ahí va
must
la
have
cosa.
thick skin in order to do that, because like
Yeah.
I would have given up if like if people make fun of me, or like if I'm seeing that people are like making caras or lo que sea, I'm like,
Yeah,
nah, fuck
like,
this. Like, I'm out.
It's funny, yeah, because my family, like, we would perform and stuff, and I just see these people's faces and be like, who the fuck are these guys?
If there's anybody who's stubborn in this world, it's literally Miguel, the most stubborn, hard-headed person. And when it comes to things like that, like judgment or something, no se agüita, like bien rápido, you know what I mean? Really resilient, and he's putting the work. And as you mentioned, like Charlie, that was like, has always been his vocal coach, been the
Shout
one
out
to like
Charlie for real.
to put in the work and like stand by him and practice even outside of like our full band practice. Like these two always get together and do their stuff. But yeah, they've both came a long way.
And a huge shout out to my bandmates though for not giving up on me, for not losing hope on me. Cause like la neta antes, I
was gonna say it takes a huge ass responsibility to play lead, and also at the same time he's not just singing, he's playing the accordion too, and that's one of the hardest instruments to play and like understand. Like I don't get how like the buttons work till this day, you just gotta know where it lands and this and that.
That's what I've noticed. Like you gotta memorize where the buttons are, cause like you can't be looking down. It's just like it's a bulky ass instrument. Like it's hard to like look over to see where your fingers are. Like how long did it take you to like learn the instrument?
Well, I still have a lot to learn, to be honest. But to get to the level that I'm at right now, I've been playing it consistently for like 3-4 years. And by consistent, I mean like daily, 1.5, 2 hours a day. And just, a lot of it, there's a lot of different aspects to it, but there's definitely like muscle memory, and you have to know like escalas, and you just practice, and then it becomes like muscle memory. You know where the buttons are without looking at them. That's where the muscle memory comes into play.
Have there been instances where like you play like the wrong note?
All the time. All the time. It happens all the time. But one of the things about being a performer, the best thing that I think you could do as a performer is learn how to play it off. Because like a lot of people won't notice. There's a lot of times where I've gone to events and the musicians or like the performers are like, oh, do you see when we messed up here? I didn't notice. And then that's kind of one of the things that keeps me from agüitándome. Although si me agüito, I'm one of those people that like, I'm very hard on myself. So if I fuck up, I'm like thinking about it the whole day. I'm like, fuck, man. But it happens a lot. And it's kind of like, and I don't think it will ever stop for anybody. Just like how we make mistakes speaking, you stutter, you flip words around when you're trying to form a sentence. It happens with the instruments también. And I think that's just part of being human. Make mistakes.
Yeah, it's part of the learning process too. And at the end of the day, like the show must go on. Like it's happened to me before too on stage where my strings break in the middle of a song, and I'm like, fuck, like I just got to keep strumming while the strings just like flapping around.
Really?
Like yeah, and then
or his guitar pick breaks, and he's telling me to go grab another one from his guitar case.
Yeah, a lot happens.
Is that what you were doing? I think you like ran to
yeah, right there at the the food festival Cinco de Mayo. Yeah, he was playing, and then he was telling me like head nodding to me, right? Because he has a wireless mic right on him, so he can't talk. He can't yell at me, or else it'll go out to the speakers. So yeah, he was just like
that was my first time
like nodding at me, and I was like, okay, he wants something, and then he just goes like this, and shows me the broken pick, and I was like, oh shit. I like, yeah, I don't even know what to do. I was just panicking, and then I was like, oh, his guitar
I saw
case.
you
Oh, I
running,
was
like,
like, oh
what's going
shit,
on?
guitar case. Yeah.
Edwin knew the
picks
cue though because he plays a little bit of guitar too. So when he saw that broken pick, he was like, "Oh,
Oh,
Oh,
fuck.
bigger-
Yeah,
bigger,
he's
yeah.
playing with the backside of a pig. I'm like, ooh.
No mamas, and everybody's hat was flying off because it was
Oh,
so
yeah, the
windy.
wind.
And
Oh
so
my God.
It was just running around,
That,
catching all of our hats as they were like flying and flapping in the wind.
yeah. That wind was horrible. I don't know. Were you there the first hour, or did you get there the second hour? That
I
we
got
performed?
there the second hour.
Okay, well that first hour,
yeah.
that was my first time singing in a place where it was very windy and cold at the same time. So I didn't know how to prepare for it. I was singing, and the wind just kept drying up my throat, just kept
Oh,
drying up
shit.
my throat. And then by the end, like almost the end of the set list, I started losing my voice. Mid performance, I started losing my voice. I could feel that my voice wasn't coming out anymore. I could feel that it was like, it was cutting off at some part. It wasn't cracking, but it was cutting off at some parts. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, fuck. And if anybody like noticed, my energy definitely dropped down like crazy because I was very worried. Me preocupé. Dije, fuck, ¿cómo le voy a hacer en la segunda hora? Valí verga. Valí madre. And then so as soon as that happened, the first hour finished, immediately dropped down. I had seen a postecito of like coffee. So I ran over there. I'm like, fuck. ¿Tienen chocolate? You guys have hot coffee? Like, no, only cold, please. Like, sorry. And then I was like, fuck, all right. So I had seen another postecito of like tea. So I ran over there. I'm like, they gotta have hot tea. Cold tea only. I was like, fuck. I was like, damn. And I was just running around. Like, yo, I told my parents or like my friends, I was like, yo, let me know if you guys find a spot that has like hot tea or, hot coffee, something hot. And, there was nothing. And then my mom was like, hey, I saw like a postecito of like honey. And then venden miel, aunque sea, va a agarrarte un toppercito así de miel. So I was like, oh, you're right. So I ran over there and I got this like, it's like little chingaderita así de grande de miel. That saved my ass, man.
Really?
That saved my ass. It did. I was walking around with like a little like a popsicle stick, just spooning that shit. And I was trying like not to talk for like, I think the break was like 30, 40 minutes. And the whole time I was just, munching on the honey. Y ya la segunda hora pues sí pude cantar. That saved my ass. So
So
shout
honey
out
saved
to that
you.
honey man. Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah, to that
Shout out
honey
to those
man.
bees, man.
Winnie
Yeah,
the Pooh,
man.
bro."
Shout
Hell
out to
yeah.
Winnie the Pooh,
That
man.
shit saved my ass like crazy. I was, damn. Gracias a Dios pude terminar la segunda hora.
I didn't know honey could like.
Yeah,
Help you out?
it soothes the throat. It soothes the throat. Por eso cuando estás como malo de la garganta te dicen un té con
Oh,
miel
yeah,
y
okay.
limón,
Con
Simón.
sal, a veces.
con sal, con
Well,
Valentina.
luckily there was honey, no? Hubiera valido madre el show.
Yeah, man. Fuck. And then I remember too, like this, I fucked up hella bad here, but like somebody had brought me a cup of beer, and I was like, I knew that it was cold, but I was like, fuck it, voy a remojar nomás la lengua, porque el viento me lo estaba secando.
Yeah.
It was horrible. So I picked up the beer, took a sip of it, and that fucked up my voice even more. That little bit of like cold beer fucked up my throat even more. I was like, damn.
So did you have a backup plan? Or was he gonna sing or something? Or
We did have a backup plan.
Really?
We did have a backup
You
plan.
weren't even aware of the situation.
No, until they told me.
Nobody
after.
till I mentioned it.
And that was when like they bought the whole group. These two guys, they brought the whole group beers, and they brought them around. I jumped off the stage. I passed them around. All right, and then another dude purchases like a margarita, cold ass margarita with ice.
I love
For
when people
Miguel.
do that, man. I love when people do
We
that.
loved it, but at that time Miguel was like, no.
I didn't want to see that shit. I didn't want to see antojado, but I didn't want to see that shit. So if the guy's watching this, I'm sorry I didn't drink your margarita, bro. Your drink, appreciate it for getting it from me, but eso iba a ser lo último que me iba a tragar esa noche.
Yeah, I mean it's priorities, like either
Yeah,
a
man.
margarita or fuck up the show.
It happens, yeah, and it happens.
Someone drank it.
Yeah, somebody drank it. I'm pretty sure Mario drank it. I think Mario might have drank that
Dude,
shit.
I did drink so much that day. I had done like a 35-day like cleanse off of like a lot of stuff, including alcohol. And that was like my first day drinking. And damn damn, those beers tasted so good, man.
The micheladas.
The micheladas, bro. Oh my
God.
gosh.
Those shits.
That lady was so nice for that too, because we went to order a michelada, and then like de repente, like she comes out outside the tent, she's like, "You guys want a shot in it?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah!" Like what the hell?
But that was like we ordered como gente regular, and then we paid y todo, and then we were like, "Hey, we're about to go up and play." We gave her 2 cards of like, we have little business cards, and then she was like, "Oh, you should have told me. They iba a dar descuento." And we were like, "No, it's cool, it's cool." And then that's where she came around, like backside of the tent, like, "Hey, you want a shot?" And all of them, we were like, "Yeah, fuck it." So yeah, she hooked it up. Shout out to that lady. It was like agua chiles or something.
Aguachiles,
yeah.
something like that.
Michelada achos, yeah. You can see it on our Clave MC YouTube.
Yeah, on the YouTube.
Yeah.
On YouTube
Shout
vlog.
out that lady, man.
They're hella big too. They're 32 ounce like this.
Yeah, so if,
Jarrones.
Hubiéramos traído más de esas
Cerveza.
caguamas, bro.
Shit.
¿Ya te lo acabaste?
Damn, vato.
Shit.
Oh, yo
I'm
para verla.
the same, I'm the same,
Hey,
bro.
saludcita, saludcita.
I'm at the end.
I'm gonna save the rest for lunch tomorrow, bro.
Saludcita, loco.
cheers, guys. So going back to the suits, I wanted to ask you guys, like, how are those expensive, or
Oh, God.
how long does it take for them to make your suits?
2 or 3
3
months,
meses,
yeah.
3 meses, no,
What
como 2 meses y medio, porque
It
fuimos,
was December.
fue diciembre y volvimos hasta marzo.
Mhm.
Marzo.
The first week of March, we drove to LA to go pick them up. So yeah, around like 2 or 3. Yeah. por ahí.
Yeah.
And then like since then, like we made 2 vlogs. So, like I started the vlogs there, and then like events later on, and I kept doing vlogs and vlogs for every event or for the outings. We go out randomly, and then it led up to where we went back to LA. Another vlog where we went back, and it's just cool to like connect, past experience, and now because we did that, now we're we
Yeah,
did another
exactly.
vlog with that, and then we did a whole thing. We picked up the suits, went to Santa Monica. It was dude, it hurt a little bit. We had to
Oh, that's
buying
a lot.
5 suits,
That shit hurt my wallet.
5 suits from like the top quality. Yeah, but I mean,
Can I know how much they are average?
One ran almost like $800. Casi $800 cada uno. Otros trajecitos.
Pero depende in like what fabric
Ajá.
you choose, like what type of designs, and the level of like
Dude,
work
tell
that you need to put
them
in.
about the first design.
Oh
Oh my god.
so, like these dudes went in like, all right, I'm on the fucking plane thinking that they had a design or something, and then we get there and they're like, "What do you guys have?" We're like, these dudes had no design, like
No
the-
way.
So,
Yeah, andábamos bien crudo too the next
Dude,
morning.
we had gotten
Crudos.
so drunk. I think
Oh,
I
dude.
blacked out the
So
night
on the-
before.
on the vlog. So our appointment was on a Saturday, so we took a flight Friday, got there Friday afternoon, not that late. We got picked up with a friend, went on our Airbnb, and then we decided, like, let's go out the night before. And then and then Los Juniors were playing. Los Juniors of California were playing right there in LA at a club nearby. We went. We were there till like 3 a.m. or something. And then, yeah, you can see, like, Mario, I think, drank the most out of all of us. And the dude woke up so hungover. He was like,
Yeah, I didn't
finished on
wake
the
up
vlog.
hungover. I woke up drunk as a motherfucker, and then it was
he
just
didn't
like
get to the hangover phase.
get ready.
Keep in mind that the day before we were drunk at the airport as well. Cause
Oh,
that
oh
same
my
morning
gosh.
we were like we killed a few bottles of wine at this fool's house.
I think I went wine tasting that morning. This is Friday morning. Friday morning went wine tasting. Then went to go get mimosas, and then like met up at the house, drank some more. Went to the airport, had some more drinks. Was drunk as fuck on the flight. Got touchdown in LA, and then went out again for some more.
I had a
drinks.
headache the whole time in
Oh
LA
my
that
God.
first day. That first day
Yeah.
was horrible.
So I was like definitely drinking a shit ton, but long story short, we show up to the place, and since you don't know, like when you go, they have like this table full of like hundreds of different fabrics and cloths and materials and like little just cutouts, right? And basically you get to like select them, and like you're grabbing one piece that's gonna be for the sleeve, and the other one's gonna be for the torso, and maybe this one for the pants, and
Yeah, that was the most
know what I mean?
time-consuming part.
so we're all there like flipping through this like catalog of like cloths and like trying to like put stuff together, and basically I think I had found like one fabric that individually like it looked hella sick. Like
he found the one.
yeah, I was like,
he found the
yeah, it's
one.
like shit. This is dope as hell.
This fool put together 2 like little fabrics, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, bro, this is gonna look hella sick. Look hella sick."
I don't know how he hyped us all over it. We all were
Yeah,
like,
man.
okay,
We were like, yeah, man.
We're like, we see the
Like,
vision.
you did rollo. We have a picture right here. I don't want to see it and then show the camera. Look at that shit.
Bro, that looks like a Diaz jacket like, from the 80s.
It looks like
cuz.
some shit that you see in like an astronaut movie.
Astronaut.
Astronaut.
And like the guy, they give you
Oh my
like they give you he designs it, he puts it together on a computer, and then he's like, all right guys, we got the I got it for you
He'll
guys.
show you a preview, and the thing was
Uh-huh.
like I had gotten so excited because I was like, damn, like they're hyping me up, like this shit must be hella good, you know. And so like we give him like our final decision. We're like, yes, this is it. This is like what we want. Guy puts it together in his like thing, brings us over to the computer. And he's like, here you go, guys. Dead silence. Dead
No, we all
silence.
started cracking up
And
after that.
and then
silent,
they
and
were
then-
like trying to be nice, and they were like, yeah, well, like it's
They were trying to hype it up. They were trying.
I was like, no creo.
and I was like, this shit
I wasn't
looks
trying
like
to hurt
crap,
Mario's feelings.
bro.
I was like, oh, it looks cool, bro. But then I hear Miguel laugh. I'm like, oh, hell no.
Oh my
That shit hella
God.
ugly, bro. Fuck
And we're
no.
just cracking up, and this dude
started
just like that
cracking up
looks
about
ugly
it.
as
They
fuck.
called it the copper suits.
The copper
copper
suits.
Copper
suits.
suits?
Oh, those shits look
That's so
horrible, absolutely horrible.
It's funny how something could look so nice in your mind, but once it's like put
Yes,
together, it's like,
exactly.
oh,
Oh,
shit, never
man.
mind.
Yeah.
Oh
Hell
man,
yeah.
thank God they showed us a preview. Otherwise,
Yeah,
si
thank
no,
God.
así lo hubiéramos comprado la verga.
Mhm.
But it was cool because he showed us that. We're all cracking up. We're like, this is hideous. Like, fuck no,
Mhm.
fuck no. And then he hits like the next slide, and then he had put together.
Yeah, he had like
Other-
It was
separately.
like, let me do this guys a favor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's like, exactly.
He
He's like,
separately designed a
these fools
backup.
don't know. These fools don't know what they're doing. Let me do some shit. And he picked like his own things or whatever, and he set it up himself. He's like, I also got this for you guys, and we're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Shit
No,
blew us
you
away.
should've
That
done shit
contrast
from the
was
beginning.
crazy. We were like, this
Mhm.
shit's like
No,
insane.
shout out to that homie though, because he borrowed
Adrian, right?
showed me
Yeah,
Shout
Adrian
out to
from
homie
Pink
Adrian from
Horses.
Pink Horses.
Yeah.
Ese güey se la rifa macizo con la pinche computadora y like el diseño.
Uh-huh.
Chingón, chingón.
Y luego también there was like a problem with the material at one point, and we were like, fuck,
Oh,
like
yeah.
we had to design a third one. We were
No way.
about to have to do a third one, but then he was like, at first he was doubting it, and then like at the end he was like, you know what, I'm gonna make it work, and he made it work.
And
you
this
know?
one, we were already back at home.
Yeah.
Like, he has given he
We
like,
were already back at
texted
home.
us saying like, hey, we might have to switch the sleeve material. And we were like, fuck.
And he was
dude.
like sending us pictures, which and we were very iffy about it because obviously it's very different seeing in picture than
Yeah,
in
of course.
person.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're like, fuck, da, da, da. But al último we're like, fuck it, dude, it's fine.
Yeah, we'll roll with it.
Y pues sí, salió chido, salieron chingones los pinches suits. And I remember too, like he had sent us a picture of the finished suits. And like I sent it in the group chat, I was like, look, this is a finished suits, and nobody said shit.
I didn't even
Nobody
reply. I
said
was like,
shit.
What the fuck is
It's
that?
because the picture he sent looked like he sent from an Android, like
was like-
fuzzy, like
Oh,
it's a
like
glossy
pixelated and
material, and it
shit?
looked matted, and
Like
we were
matte.
like, you
Like
know, question
polka
marks.
dots on it.
It
and
just
we're
it just like in the picture, it looked very, I don't know, quién sabe cómo se veía. It it didn't look horrible, but it didn't look like holy shit. You know what I mean? Which is what we wanted. But then we got there, and I told you this for Charlie was like, I don't even want to go anymore.
So the second time we went to LA, we flew there, and then the whole flight over, we were like, "Nah, I don't even want to look at it. Like, dude, these dudes were like having so much doubt in their minds that like
Uh-huh.
this thing was gonna be horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, we with the second time. Oh
No, no,
shit!
We,
well,
we flew the first time, drove the
Yeah, no
second
bell.
one.
I will
Yeah,
walk you,
no,
bro. With you?
No, yeah,
But-
we flew the
Yeah.
first time and then drove the second
Yeah,
time. So
okay.
the whole 8-hour drive. That's why I remember the whole 8-hour
Hella
drive. We're like,
quiet.
Nah, we
we
were
were
just-
distracting ourselves for with other stuff, but at one point they were like, I don't even want to go to the appointment.
Well, it didn't look bad. It didn't look bad
It
at
didn't
all.
look
You
horrible.
know,
It didn't
it's
look
just
bad.
like it was underwhelming. You know, and but the point why all of us needed to go pick up the suits is because once you go the second time, you try them on, and then they get them tailored exactly to.
You try it
know
on
what
to
you
see if it
need.
fits you too big or if it fits you too small
Yeah.
here. Da, 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 da.
And we also
Uh,
wanted to pick him up on time because we had a jaripeo the next weekend. So we were like, let's look flashy, let's bust
Yeah.
out our suits,
Yeah.
you know. So that's why we went.
Yeah.
Before.
But yeah, no, like we were very iffy about the suits on the way there, and then once we got there and we put them on, we're like, holy shit, damn!
In
these are
person
fucking
changes everything.
We were
sick,
feeling
man.
ourselves
Yeah.
like crazy, man.
I bet you were.
feel like the Jonas Brothers.
Hold on, real quick. How's the bad word thing? Can I say like bad words, or do I need?
Yeah,
to...
dude.
Yeah.
Start the vlog. Start the podcast over.
Start the podcast. Start over. Okay, I just. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you can swear whatever.
Okay.
Fuck.
No, but yeah, that's how it was with the suits.
Yeah.
Man, he about to blow up your
take the
bathroom,
stairs,
cuz.
the first door, like straight ahead.
Sprayele Febreze, cuz.
Sprayele.
No lo vayas a tapar, güey.
First, like just straight, like the door that's open.
We should have picked up a bottle of tequila or something.
Get faded right here on the podcast. Nah.
I might have some tequila. You want me to check?
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
No le hagas caso. No le hagas caso.
Alright, let's take a little break.
Take a
You
little
guys
break.
want to use the restroom? Alright, so we are back. What were we talking about?
Tequila.
Tequila, I know, right?
That's great. Thank you for that, by the way.
Yeah, of course.
Very much
Cheers.
appreciate it.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
I forgot to
Um,
take mine. 'Cause I was recording.
Pura Clave MC.
We're talking about the suit.
You didn't take
Yeah,
it,
the
bro?
suits.
I was grabando.
So how was that for you guys? As far as
Oh yeah, we designed the suits. And
Yeah.
then, yeah. We
So you
sold
said
it
you
off.
didn't have any like. Was that where you made your logo, or did you have your logo? You just did it.
No,
So-
we had a logo already. Actually, Charlie was the one that came up with it.
So I'm actually a graphic designer. By the way.
Really?
So all our stuff that's on our Instagram, like our flyers,
Full-time job.
our logo, I just do that shit like on my
Hey,
computer on my phone.
If anybody wants to get like a logo or some shit like that,
Yep.
tap in with the homie Charlie. Este vato se la rifa machín. All of our flyers,
Yeah.
este way se la echa chingón. I don't know if you
Yep.
see all
He
the
raps.
flyers that we have on our, if you see all the flyers that we have on our page,
Uh-huh.
Charlie's the one that comes up with them.
Yeah, show
Really?
that sticker on the back of your phone, bro.
Yeah.
This is
Charlie-
our first sponsorship right here.
Charlie
man.
raps.
Fabuloso.
Charlie raps cars.
Very
Full-
nice,
full
very
car
nice.
wrap.
Yeah. Anything marketing, anything branding.
Yeah.
This guy's amazing.
Yeah, hasta los carros. He raps cars.
Oh, raps cars too,
Yeah.
bro.
I was gonna say-
full body wrap. todo.
So may I ask what you do for a living? Is that your actual job or?
Yeah, so I work at a sign shop literally across the street from here. It's called Centric Signs.
Oh shit.
It's right next to the Napa Auto Parts right here.
Really?
Yeah, so it's like a little shop. We print banners. We do car wraps. We do like vinyl lettering for like
Ya me puse pedo, mire.
Oh,
One little shop.
But yeah, dude, we do all kinds of signage and stuff like magnets for cars. Like we do all the Gelati Bros like trucks, like their logos on the doors that are around town. You know.
Who?
Gelati Brothers.
Gelati
Oh,
Bros.
the
construction
construction or
company?
whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, they're everywhere, dude. That's
They're
a massive
everywhere, man.
company.
Yeah.
It's like the biggest one in
California,
North Bay, I think.
Yeah, so whoever needs
Nice.
signage, reach out and I'll help you all for sure.
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah, y también hace cosas bajo su cuenta también. He got his own graphic design. Like, talk about it, bro.
Like if people need like, for example, we have clients that come in and they're like, we need a website, or I need business cards, and I'll be like, hey, yeah, like I'll take care of you outside of my job, So yeah, I'll be doing websites for people, social media stuff like that, and okay, whatever they need and whatever I have experience in, like I'll help them to my best.
So did you go to school for this, or did you just learn?
I was going to school for it after high school. I was going to College of Marin, and I was
Okay.
studying graphic designing, but I had to do all that GED classes first, like math and science. And all
Yeah,
that
of
shit.
course.
But it's funny because I ended up ditching a lot of my classes just to go home and to play guitar. Play guitar, or I would teach myself how to do design, through YouTube. A lot. I learned a lot on YouTube for sure. And then from there, everything's like self-taught until I got the opportunity to work at that spot that I'm at right now, and I've been there for like 5 years now.
Oh shit.
So yeah, but a lot of it has been like on my free time. It's like working on my own projects and stuff until people started hitting me up like, hey, you make me a logo, sure. And from there on, yeah.
You must be really busy, like working there, then having your side projects, and then practicing, and then the gigs.
Yeah, it's a lot to manage for sure, but
Yeah.
become more easier just because previously before the band I had a clothing brand. Yeah, it was called High Point Instinct Company, and I used to sell like athletic clothing,
I had my clothing brand as well a
Oh,
long
really?
time ago. Yeah,
Oh,
I
cool.
tried, but yeah, it was hard because I was like doing everything myself.
Yeah, the same
It's just
here.
hard to like get it out there and stuff.
Man. You gotta be very
So,
consistent with it. and all
What
that.
happened with? I did hear about High Point. It was
Really?
pretty pop. Yeah.
Pretty.
Yeah. How did I hear about High Point? But I did hear about High Point a couple of times.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's so cool. I
Is
started
it
that.
still a thing or it's done?
Talk about that.
I don't like to say it's done because it's still there, like it's still functional. Like if I do a drop next week, like like I could do promo, I could like order
Oh, okay,
whenever
okay,
I
okay,
want.
okay.
It's just my time's not there no more. I'm devoting more time into the band and stuff, you know, because that's what's working for me right now, you know. And I feel like, hey, like I want to invest my time here, you know, and do that. But I mean, one day I would like to go back into the clothing, you know. So I never want to close the doors on that, you know. One day I would like to go back and see what else we can do there. But right now my priority in a sense is the band for sure.
So where do you guys see the band? Do you guys want to do this just for fun? Till you guys, you know, don't want to do it anymore? Do you guys want to like try to expand and, you know, go like, you know, big? What do you guys think?
I mean, at
What's
first,
each of you guys' like point of view on that?
yeah, I can start. At first it was for fun, you know, 'cause we didn't know what we were doing. You know, we were just playing music and just having fun,
Yeah.
you know. And then from there, things started getting more serious, you know, like all these like clubs starting to hit us up, you know, like it'd be at the Concord, Maya Palenque, you know, all these other spots, and we're like, oh wow, like now it's kind of now down to business, you know,
Yeah.
versus like doing it for fun, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of us getting
Brandon.
together. It's just a matter of us getting together and just seeing what our next goals are with the band.
Mhm.
You know, like we reach out to new places. You know, what can we bring to the stage presence? Like, there's a lot that could be worked on for sure. You know,
Yeah.
and like I said, it's just a matter of us being on the same page and just working from there. You know, so
Yeah. Originally it was just kind of like we started off, and like I said in the beginning, it was kind of like me and Charlie especially no sabíamos ni qué pedo, y pues así empezó como un grupillo así nomás, pero empezamos a pegar y pegar y pegar, and then we started to loosen up a little bit, started to get more creative with it, started to implement a little bit of our of our style, y pues la gente le empezó a gustar, and we were very good at it, the energy, the chemistry, and the potential more than anything. It's like it's there. Y pues la neta, I love doing this shit. I really do love doing this shit, and I know these guys love doing this shit. Y de mi parte, I would love to like become something big.
Mhm.
Become something big.
Yeah.
That's my view in it. We obviously all have a lot to work on as a group. We could, but gracias a Dios nos ha ido muy bien hasta la fecha, y yo creo que de aquí para el futuro es puro para arriba nomás. Es nomás cuestión de just be consistent with it, and talk about new ways to be better, to do better, to show, you put on a better show more than anything as a band, because that's part of what we do. We perform, and we also put on a show at the same time with like our little antics, our little dances, our little jokes. Mario's fucking good stick flipping,
Yeah.
and me and Charlie dancing and shit. So, yeah, it's just es nomás hay que encontrar algo que pegue.
Yeah, I mean, and as long as you guys have the desire to
Mhm.
go above and beyond, I think you guys will do it. It's just
yeah.
sticking to your crafts and stuff.
Sí, no,
Yeah.
nomás es cuestión de que nos salga, because like it's really interesting, because sometimes we'll just be like, our intention isn't even to like do anything at the moment, like at a practice,
Mhm.
pero de la nada sale una chingadera así nomás que pega. For example, we have this video on TikTok that went like hella viral, got like over 400,000 views,
Holy
and
shit.
that came out of Charlie's ass like nothing. Literally just came out of his ass. And then it's we posted it, and that shit got hella views like that.
Really?
And that's what I'm talking about. Like, it's little stuff like that we do, and I think that's just like that comes from like our goofiness and our creativity like at the same time. And it's just we have that potential to hacer una chingadera que de repente pegue.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's cool, because we all got it like that. We're all goofy. We're all creative. And uno de estos días va a pegar macizo.
Yeah, I think that's a key element in order for you
Mhm.
guys to succeed. Have that desire. And like I said, when I watch you guys perform, it's a fun. It's entertaining. It's never a boring or dull moment. You with the drums, with the guitar. You did something with the guitar and like
The stick,
the stick. Yeah.
the
I
stick.
usually do it with one of these,
With
but
with
we're-
the tequila bottle. He usually does it with the
really?
tequila bottle.
we weren't trying to support alcohol on stage, so we're like,
No.
so we were like,
No, de casualidad ese
Yeah.
día se nos había olvidado traer una botella.
Really?
Cuando más la
we
necesitábamos.
usually have a bottle of
We
tequila.
usually have a bottle of Centenario reposado. That's
I was
our
gonna ask
shit.
you, what's your tequila Go-to.
Centenario Reposado. That's definitely our go-to. That's really good tequila.
No me gusta, pero me la tomo.
No, it's definitely a very good tequila. It's very, it's smooth. It's
Centenario is
clean.
good, yeah, yeah. I like
Yeah.
it. Do you guys have any songs of your own, or is it all covers at the moment?
We got two.
We got two. It's una de Desamor, which was inspired by a true event from somebody right here. And then he came up with a wapango, like a wapango beat. Like the tipo wapango, una cancioncita tipo wapango, which we performed live a few times. Both songs we performed live a few times.
Which was like a more popular one between those two?
I think the first one.
The first one, yeah, the first one really gets people's attention when we
Really?
perform it. Yeah, they like it a lot. It's a very relatable song. I'm sure everybody has gone through something like that.
What is it about?
It's about well, the song, la canción está titulada Doble Cara. Se trata de una morra que pretende ser una cosa, pero pues sale víbora, pues, doble
Ah,
cara,
Okay.
doble cara.
Okay.
Es que sale de la peor de las ingratas, como dice la canción. Yeah.
What type of song is it? Is it like a slower?
Yeah, it's like a slow song.
Like a
Okay.
corrido ballad type of.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Like
Una balada así, bien
balseado,
tranquilo.
balseado.
Okay.
Ajá.
And then Charlie, I saw that you posted a clip of a song with you and this other guy.
Oh, yeah.
What do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
yeah.
Shout out to the homie Andre. We had met them. I want to say like sometime in February. Me and Mario. So Andre's girlfriend, Daisy, also goes by Days. She does reggaeton music as well, and
Like sings or
yeah,
like
they sing.
beats?
Yeah,
Okay.
both. Like they do their own beats.
Oh shit.
They make their own songs. You know, they have a lot of originals.
Yeah, he definitely looks like a reggaetonero. type of
Yeah,
guy.
he's really good. That's my boy.
Chill vatos.
Yeah,
Shout out to the homie Andre.
really
and
great
shout out to
artist.
Days.
And yeah, so Mario had reached out to Days around February about we should all like link up and like work together on some music, you know. And they were down, and we were like, all right, like for sure. And then this one night, they came over to Mario's, and this was our first time meeting them, you know. So we were kind of nervous. We were like, you know, we don't know reggaeton like that, you know, and like. And they had told me too they were a bit nervous too of meeting us because they were like, oh shit, we're musicians and like blah, 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 you know. But it was a very awesome night. We got we're almost done with the song. We still got to work on a couple stuff, but yeah,
Oh,
the
it's not done yet.
it's
Like-
not done yet.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, the chemistry was just super nice, you know, and we all got along, joking around. Like it just felt like we've known them for so long.
They're very good people.
We're very good people.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to them. And like
Yeah.
I had worked on that song with Andre on my free time, you know, because he hit me up one time. He's like, hey, slide through my place and let's record a song. And I was like, all right. And one thing I've always wanted to do was record my guitar, like the audio of it, you know, because I've always tried it by myself like previous years, but I'm not successful at all that software and stuff like that, you know. And Andre is, so yeah, and we made that happen, and we got it done that same night, you know. And it's dropping the end of May, you know, and I'm featured on it, you know. So it's like it's kind of a big thing.
I was
for
gonna
me.
ask you, are you just doing guitar or are you singing as well? So you're a feature.
Yeah, so for example, like with the band, I play segunda voz, you know. So I sing segunda voz, and with him, I'm singing too, not as much, but like my voice is still there, you know. So it's like
Oh,
that
shit.
feature, and
Okay.
it's just something exciting for me, you know, because I've never had like a song to myself in a sense like that, you know. So, but yeah, we're gonna work on stuff more in the future with Andre and Days, and shouts out to them.
What's the name of the song?
Se llama Por Vencido.
Por Vencido, and it comes out
May
end of
30,
the-
May 31st.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're just dropping
Nice.
like promo right now, but the promo it's like this small reel that's like like 30 seconds or something.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
But it's been blowing up.
Yeah, it's
Really?
been going on. Yeah.
It's like a cool
good.
1,000 likes and like 30,000 views. But yeah, it's going well. Gracias a Dios. So we're gonna keep
Yeah.
working.
You can see their style. Like we actually have 2 vlogs out right now. When it's like Clave MC plays with Andre and Days, and we have a part 1, and I actually posted a part 2 like 2 days ago, and where they went to like the DNA Lounge in San Francisco,
Uh-huh.
and they did a live event with them, and it was like, you know, another artist as well, like that opened for Andre and Days, you know, and Mario and Charlie were right there, you know, playing live, you know, and also with another artist, Sugarcane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The project it came out of just curiosity. Again, as I mentioned, like we all have different upbringings in music, you know, and I think como músico siempre te entra eso de like you're just curious, like to kind of expand out of your comfort zone, and that's where Days and Andre came in. And recuerdo todavía like con Aqueos, like I had been telling them like, man, it'd be super nice to work with like somebody who sings like reggaeton. Like I would like love to play like drums behind that, or like
That's
you know.
definitely Mario's shit.
Loves
Perreo,
Sube la
that's
mano pa' arriba,
Mario's.
está apenas la moto.
Perreo intenso, that's Mario's thing,
If you
man.
know him on our vlog from YouTube, his nickname.
El perrea solo.
Yeah, his nickname on the vlogs, Magic Mario. If you don't know about him, hire him and you'll find out.
Magic Mario is definitely his like stage. That's like his
His
alter
alter
ego.
ego,
That's
yeah.
my alter ego for
That's his
sure,
alter
man.
ego.
Show them a sample right now.
Perrear here on the podcast. Maybe a couple more shots in, man. and Y'all gonna have
Hey,
to
let's
eat
take a
box.
shot.
Give him the bottle. Give him the bottle.
Let's take the shot. Take
No,
a
pero
shot.
saludcita ahí.
Saludcita.
Salud.
Salud to Magic Mario.
Cheers
To Magic Mario and our alter egos.
Yeah.
No, pero yeah, so it just started off as like a
Ay, wait.
just like a little side project.
Sorry,
You know?
that's definitely not Centenario. My bad.
And as
shit.
Charlie mentioned, like that first little writing session that we had with them, it went really good. It went really well. We recorded a like corrido tumbado type of sad girl like corrido, you know. And for me, I've always loved being into like the writing side of music and like the production side, and that's me outside of drums, right? So when I got that chance, an opportunity to work with an artist, especially somebody who's local, like Andre and Days are, we just took advantage of it. Y gracias a Dios, pues nos fue muy bien. And then poco a poco, it went from just like doing studio stuff to let's do some live shows together. And we've been lucky enough to be able to share a stage with them and do these things. And you know, now as you see Charlie like branching out and creating his own kind of sound and identity in like the music realm, like that's the coolest thing ever, you know. And so thank you to Daisy and Andre to have like trusted us so much to take their projects and give us, you know, an opportunity to be creative, and at the same time give us a platform to like express ourselves. So yeah,
And,
Awesome.
yeah, and tell 'em about how you like. I see those stories on. You guys are up like 12, 1 a.m. Just working, bro. These are like working, like
Yeah, man.
every week type thing, like
Yeah.
once, twice a week. Noche, like medio de la noche, they're like, you know, just aguantando. You know, they got work next morning,
I feel like
and like they just working. I just see them.
it's one of those things. It's like what's been super cool about this creative process with them. It's like it's less about having like a preconceived like notion as to like what we're supposed to do. You know, there's been the best writing sessions that we've had. It's just been like we show up with like nothing in mind, you know, and we just kind of put it together when we're there. We improvise. We kind of feed off of one another and put stuff together. And none of the stuff that we've written with them yet has came out, by the way. I think Charlie's project with Andre, that's the first one to come out. But there's a few already with Daisy independently or Dre independently. And so, yeah, but of course, like the writing session, like you can say like, oh, it's only going to take like an hour, but that hour turns into like 6, you know what I mean? And next thing you know, it's like 3 a.m. and we're all still super excited because we feel like we just got that little like, oh my gosh, like moment, you know? And so, yeah, it's been super cool there too.
And I'm sorry, for this things that you're talking about, is it the whole group or is it just you individually or Charlie or?
I think it's all of us individually, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like it's not like a Clave MC feature, you know? I think it's us branching out of the brand and identity of Clave MC
Okay,
and
I get it,
just
yeah.
as individual people coming out and exploring these
Oh, I see.
like things, you know?
Got it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And then how is it for you like to interact with them and give your thought on the project? Like, you know, what are your attributes?
Got it. I think
Like, is it hard? Like, cause yeah, they're more like a reggaeton type of
yeah.
thing, and you guys are more like banda. Like, how does that transition, or is it like natural? Like,
I think it's natural. I mean,
yeah, me, I feel like I'm a everything kind of guy. You know, I
Yeah.
love banda, I love reggaeton, I love country. Like, there's a bunch of genres that I like. You know, so,
Okay.
But I feel like just the beauty of music is to like expand in all those areas. You know, and
Got
just experience it. You know,
uh-huh.
whether it comes out good or not. You know, I just want to like dip my feet in here and be like, oh, that sounds cool. Like, you know, and it's just about creating at the end of the day. You know,
Got it.
Yeah.
just being happy with what you come out with. yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm really looking forward for the song that you guys are dropping.
Yeah, man, it's a really good song. Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
And when you guys perform, like, what's the biggest stage you've been on, like, or what's the biggest performance you've had so far?
That's Clave MC?
That's Clave MC, correct?
Oh man, I think the biggest one that we performed on was for Eslabón Armado.
What's that?
We performed. We opened up for Eslabón Armado. When was that?
October.
Is he
October.
a singer?
Eslabón Armado. You
Yeah,
haven't heard of
you
Eslabón
know?
Armado?
What?
Have you heard of Compa, que le pareces amor?
Oh, okay.
So
Holy
the
shit, that's
composer of
crazy.
that song, el compositor de esa canción es Pedro. Y Pedro es el vocalista de ese grupo.
Mm.
Ese grupo, Eslabón
Where
Armado.
was this?
The Grace Pavilion in Santa Rosa.
How was it? Like, was it like
It was
nerve-wracking? Were you guys nervous or
Oh,
were you guys
oh, yeah,
natural?
I was
He was
shit-
awesome.
I was tripping.
Yeah.
Coolest night of
Really?
our lives, man.
How big was it? Like, how many people? Average.
How much was it?
I think in total it was
Like
what,
3K?
yeah.
3K? Algo así.
No, man,
Era un chingo de gente, era un chingo de morrillos más que nada. Era un chingo, más que nada eran puros pura gente joven.
Oye, ese teléfono tiene
valió
garantía.
Valió peja.
Check it out.
It still feels surreal.
Yeah,
I feel like we never did that.
That's
I
a
couldn't,
couple
I couldn't
thousand
believe
people,
it.
man.
And when we're
So
gonna,
when you guys open, like, how does that work? Is it like a couple songs, an hour?
An hour.
it's usually a set list. It depends. Sometimes they want us 45, sometimes 60. But yeah, that day we performed a set list of 45 minutes. Era un desmadre que se hizo. Chulada de ambiente, un chingo de juventud.
My perspective. There's other videos where everyone was
There's
riding a snake.
Like Theo's.
It was
Really?
it was a good time. Everybody was dancing. Everybody's dancing. Unfortunately, there was like a little situation that was going on in the entrada. Estaba it was very difficult for people to get in. Pero
So, like,
de todos modos, con ese pedo llegó un chingo de gente a vernos. Hubieron muchos morros y pues el ambiente que hicieron estaba chingón.
Really?
Se la rifaron macizo con el ambiente. Y that performance that we did has got to be one of our best performances
Really?
that we have ever done. One of our most flawless performances.
Like, you can see it
Yep.
like back,
Holy shit.
couple layers, and it was going around the whole thing.
I was gonna say that they dropped a flyer for that because the promoter he had told us, "Oh, are you guys available this date?" And we were like, "Yeah, we are. Like, let's do it." We had no idea what was coming, you know.
Really?
And I remember I was at the dinner table with my aunt and my uncle. We were just having like dinner, you know. And then they had sent it to the group chat. I think Miguel sent it to
Yeah.
us.
Yeah,
And then,
hold on, let me get that. Okay, so this dude, shout out to Eric Madrid. He tapped in with me. He's like, "Yo, are you guys available this day?" Let me get back to you real quick. You know, so I asked these fools, "You guys free this day?" Small, chingon. Yeah, we're free this day. Okay. So I had forgotten about that because you know it was very quick. You know, I had forgotten about it, and then out of nowhere, I was scrolling through my Instagram, and I see this flyer of Eslabón Armado, and I sent it in the group chat that we had on Instagram. I'm like, "Yo, like, let's pull up. It's gonna be sick. Let's get there." And then as I'm sending this, I get a little banner at the top, a little notification for Eddie. It says, "Here's the one with you guys on it." And I remember at the moment, I'm like, "What is he talking about?" And I sent it, and then I click on it, and it says, Jose Manuel, Los Ninis, and then Clave MC. I was like, no fucking way. I was like, holy shit. And I remember I took that, and I sent it in the group chat. I'm like, I guess we don't really got a choice. So,
Yeah, I was about to say that.
So instantly, I tell these, we see it. I tell these fools about it. We hop on a FaceTime call. And the first like 5 minutes was just like dead silence. We were in complete disbelief about it, because that had been like our biggest event yet that we were gonna have. We were very stoked about it, and it was for like a very big name brand,
Mhm.
and which at the time is very it's up there. It's in the trends, right?
Mhm.
Immediately we're like, yo, let's meet up and talk game plan. So I remember that day we were very excited. We had met up at Applebee's.
Dollar margaritas, man.
Metal-
Shout
yeah,
out
man.
Applebee's for that 2 for 20.
For,
Yeah,
you know
they
what I
did
mean?
have it.
No,
2
you
or
skipped it,
20?
man. So he sends the flyer immediately. We hop on a FaceTime call, and that's like the most silent we have
That had
all
to be the most
been, bro.
silence, yeah, that we ever
We were just there, like, just quiet as hell, staring at each other, like, through this,
No,
like,
no la creíamos, loco.
FaceTime, and we're like,
All you would
holy
hear, all
shit.
you would hear every 5 seconds is just like, wow.
We'd be like,
Really?
ah.
Yeah, like,
We're just like,
holy
damn.
shit.
Serio? It was crazy,
Man.
but yeah, we met up that same night, and I remember we got some like, we
Yeah.
went to go munch out, grab some drinks, we
We're
talked
like, what
game
the
plan.
fuck are we gonna
You know,
play?
what are we gonna
man?
play? We talked set list. Okay, immediately we got to work. The first, we put together a set list. Immediately, I started learning every fucking song, word by word, word by word. I woke up day and night throughout the whole day, just memorizing every fucking song. And then we got to practice like every week. Ran through the same set list over and over again. And gracias a Dios, like all that paid off because that whole set list that we had was flawless.
Flawless, yeah.
Absolutely,
That was a really
flawless.
really fun set list. I think for me, it's one of my favorite ones that we've been able to put together, just because of like the different dynamics of it. You know, like you mentioned, right? When you get an opportunity to open, like what does that look like? You know, and for us, they gave us like a time limit. They said 45 minutes, and we came from a perspective of what can we put in these 45 minutes that's gonna give us like an identity as a band. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Provide like a Clave MC experience, you know, and that's what we put together. And yeah, so when we talked over that night at Applebee's, as they mentioned, like it was just like, okay, what would we like this to look like? What can we do? And then just working on getting creative on like an intro, on an outro, on transitions, on going from like different genres to genres and putting that all together. And so that whole creative process was insane. And yeah, that's why I think it's still probably one of our best sets ever, just because of the amount of work and creativity that we put into it, that just really highlighted us as individuals, but even more so like just as a band, you know? So yeah, super cool.
That's awesome. I was also gonna ask you about your set place. Is that what you call them?
The what?
Set list?
Set list.
Set list?
Set
Yeah,
list.
the whole.
How do you guys come up with that? Like, so you guys perform like very
Right.
often.
Yeah.
Do you guys have like, let's say list 1, list 2, list 3? Okay,
Yes.
let's use number 3, or do you guys just create it from scratch every single time?
No, our set lists always come pre-structured.
Okay.
We always have an idea of how we are going to go about it. It could be that sometimes, we have a set structure for a set list, but then maybe later on another gig, we could just rearrange it or maybe add this or remove this and that. But for the most part, all of our set lists come with intros, outros, and transitions. And we like to be very precise with our with the way that we make our set lists. So yeah, that's pretty much how we do our
Very
our
intentional.
performances. Very very intentional.
Precise is our goal, right? But the intention behind like how we structure everything, it takes so much, so much experience. One, playing as a band. 2, on the location that we're at, and then what we want that night to look like,
Right.
So I think as far as like what songs we choose to play in an hour set that we get invited somewhere, that can vary from place to place, from night to night. But ultimately, the intention behind why we, for example, will start with X song and then end with a different song, is all like part of the plan.
We vary it very much based on how we think the place is. Maybe there's some places that are more known for this or more known for that, or maybe we think that this spot's gonna be bigger, stuff like that. We do vary the songs a lot, but the transitions and the intention is always pre-structured.
Okay, got
It's always very, which is sometimes it's a very good thing, but sometimes it's like for us as musicians, as a group, it can, affect us a little bit because that's where we can mess up sometimes a lot. But like I said, it's something that only we know as a group, only we know, and nobody else will notice it. But us as a group, we like every gig that we go to, we like to be very intentional about it and very pre-structured. That's how all of our set lists are.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes it's like people will be like, yo, like play this song, play this song, play this song. But like we can't because we already have a pre-structured set list,
Got it.
and that's just how we get down. That's just how we get down. And I think that's what really gives us that power, that
Yeah.
that oomph, you know what I mean, of Clave MC, that
Different
hit,
feel.
that energy, that feel that separates us from a lot of people, is that we know what's coming up next and we know what to do at this moment.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the most beautiful things about us. Yeah,
Fondo.
yeah, bro.
And it's-
Hey,
yeah.
cheers to that, my boy.
Cheers.
Cheers to that. Hey, you,
over here,
know,
man.
cheers to that.
My
bro.
boy just inspired me.
Yeah, dude. Fuck. But
It was
I-
getting warm. That's why.
that's what makes, like Mick said, I feel like it makes us really stand out, at least when it comes to live stuff, because again, it's pre-structured and it's flawless. You know what I mean? Like the creativity behind our transitions, behind like the set list choice and what we do to those songs, how we manipulate them to like sound like us. Nobody else is out here doing that. And I think if there is a person here who's a musico, who is in a band, who's getting started, or maybe you want to look into how to improve your live settings, it's just simply like do it with intention, do everything with intention. From where you start to where you finish, what type of dynamic do you want to take the audience? Do you want to start high and then go low, or do you want to start low and then go high? There's so many ways to play it, but I think us as a team, as a group, that's where we put so much of our energy, and probably where we see like the most like headbutting, because we each individually have different ideas, like
Yeah.
no, this song should be first, and no, this one,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And I think since October, since that Ezabon gig, I think was the first moment where we all had that kind of realization of like, wow, like we put our heads together into something and we were able to do it super great.
Got it.
And everything since then has been like a roller coaster of emotions, because it's just like took off to be something so incredible. But structuring is like key. Structuring is
I was gonna say
everything.
too. It's all trial and error too, because there have been instances where we create a set list
Yep.
and it
Yep.
doesn't go
Yep.
to how we
Yep.
thought it
Yep.
would. We'd be like,
hell
um,
yeah.
and we learn from it,
100%.
We'd be like, fuck, maybe
100%.
next time let's not start with these
Yeah.
songs, and if we come back to this place, let's start with these other songs.
Yeah.
It's all trial and error, and like at the end of the day, it's like whatever works best, And what's our strength in these songs,
Got
the
it.
process,
Yeah, and
so.
that's very big. What he just said, like, de los errores se aprende un chingo, loco. De los errores se aprende un chingo, and we do try. We have an idea of the band. Like, we have a name, and kind of like what you think of as Clave MC when you see us, but at the same time, we also like to mix stuff around, try new things, and sometimes they just don't work. And sometimes we leave a little bit like uneasy about the event because we tried something different. But at the end of the day, it's regardless of how the event went, whether it went good, whether it went so, whether it went bad, those moments are very important, regardless of our performance, regardless of how we feel, because that helps us learn. That helps us. It either teaches us something new or reassures us of something that we already knew.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Got it. And as far as
Ya le está pegando
do you guys need another restroom break, or are you guys good?
I think it's probably just him.
Okay. I'm not.
I'm good.
Alright.
I'm good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm chilling.
So for your set lists, do you guys have to memorize like the songs, or do you guys have like at church you guys use, I don't know if you guys used to use these
Like click tracks and stuff.
I don't know what they're called, but
The
there's,
in-ears? No, so we don't use in-ears. As far as everything that we've done right now with the band, it's all been just all live stuff, no backing tracks or anything. One of the biggest strengths that Nate provides, and I'm kind of speaking for him here, it's just that his creative and experience with set list structuring specifically, and a lot of what's to do with live musical arrangements, which I think his brain out of all of ours kind of gives us that like that boost, like Nate's brain is insanely creative when it comes to making live arrangements. And so when we do anything, like it's always live, it's always just like us, and yeah.
we improvise a lot, and sometimes like it's things that like out of nowhere they'll come about, and we're like, holy shit,
Yeah.
that sounded fucking sick.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll just keep doing it at like every event that we do,
Yeah.
or we'll add to it. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool stuff like that. Like I said, we mess around a lot. Even during our performances, we'll mess around. Maybe Mario will be like, "Hey, yo, let's do this," or I'll be like, "Hey, bro." Like for example, there's in the song, I think it's "Que Bonita." I remember I told Nate, I'm like, "Hey, bro, hit me a surfer beat." He's like, "Boom, boom, 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 boom," and then it sounded sick. So it went on, and we kept doing it. And sometimes Charlie will be like, "Yo, do this, throw this into it mid performance, and it'll come out sick."
Yeah.
And then we'll just go on and keep performing it at like other set lists.
Got
We
it.
have a structure like as far as like the skeleton of what it's gonna look like. We have
a
like
bass.
yeah,
yeah, we
like
have-
song order. We know how we're gonna get from song to song.
Yeah.
What song has different hits that we've added, and but intentionally with songs like we leave room for error. We leave room for improvising. And at the end of the day, like for us, it's easy to learn like a set list and be like, we're gonna play it exactly like this every single time because it worked out one time perfectly, and that's it. Super easy. But the thing is, as musicians that we are, the more you play the same song, the more you play the same set list, the less attractive it is, the less like intriguing it is for you, and the more boring music gets. So I think we are constantly fighting a balance between what can we do for the receiver of our music and what can we do for ourselves. And I think we are on that same mindset of, if we feel good, people are going to feel good. So if we're up there having fun, whoever's watching us is going to have fun.
Yeah.
So we constantly have those points in our music where we like improvise, where we mess up, where we'll have like sections where we'll go off script, to say, and kind of just keep that to keep us all like engaged, and yeah, it's that's been what we've seen the most success in our set list is that.
It's like, imagine pulling up to like seeing your favorite band, right? And like this is like the second or third time you see him. Like if you saw him playing the same set list, it's not exciting. Like, oh, I've heard this shit before. Like I've heard this order before. Like it's nothing. But with us, like we just like flipping that around, and like Mario said, we like to challenge ourselves in a sense. Like let's start with this instead of doing that, because we've done that for a while. So it's like just giving the people a new experience all the time.
Got it. Yeah.
So
Yeah, and like thankfully as well, like at every gig that we perform at, something comes out from nothing. Like just comes out of our ass, which comes out good, and we just keep doing that. We just keep doing that, and I think that's one of the really cool things about us is that we're not scared to like throw a little bit of salsa in here, throw a little do a little thing here, do a little thing there. And that kind of like keeps us going together as like a band. Like, holy shit, it hypes us up, and it makes us feel like happier, makes us feel better, and it makes us at the end of the day perform better as well.
And so you'll hear us like constantly like scream on stage and be like, "Wow!"
Yeah, exactly.
We all look at each other and laugh, and we're up there having a good time because it's a genuine love. And it's taken a lot for us to get there. The chemistry we have today is not the chemistry we started with, but putting ourselves in those uncomfortable situations has allowed us to each like count on one another. Like I'm up there on drums and I can count on Miguel. I can count on Charlie. Charlie can count on me. Charlie can count on Nate. And that trust that we have in one another to be able to improvise and like give the best of ourselves, that's consistent every single show. And that's what's been like the funnest part. That's what keeps everything like so fresh and so new, and makes us like forever be young, because we're gonna be on that stage and just constantly have a good time because we're with one another.
Yeah, and you could really tell that from your performances. I mean, like I said, I've only watched you once, and you could really tell that. Yeah. What is one song that like is like a hit every time you guys perform? Like, is there a song that you guys?
I feel like one song isn't good enough. We don't just have one song that's like, we have a few songs. And
yeah, I mean,
if I had to choose,
if you had to choose one song, like what song would it be? Like, that gets the crowd fucking go crazy.
There's one iconic song that like it's a Clave MC version.
Yes,
of...
we have that. The one that I like the most, you know what? And I don't like to say that I like the most, but if I were to pick one, not just because the song is good or because the other one sucked, no, nothing because because this song in particular was a signature of Clave MC from the beginning. And
Why?
why? Because it was just since the beginning. Haz de cuenta que esa canción en particular, it was like our best song in the beginning. And that was a song that we ended with. And since then, we have always ended with that song. Always ended with that song. Because it's like, that's like our signature. It's like you go and we play these songs, we play these, this, that, but we always have to end with that song because that's our signature. And it's the canción Feliz Feliz by mi banda El Mexicano. And we play it in our own style,
Like your own flair.
our own little touch, our own little sauce about it, which I like to give the credits to Charlie and Mario for adding that special like little touch to it. But that song Feliz Feliz by mi banda El Mexicano, which we end, if anybody has gone to any of our performances, they know that we always end with that song.
Sorry.
Because we think of it as like, yeah, you know, it's very repetitive, but it's at the end of the day, it's like it's our signature, and it's very like to us it's very meaningful because that was like the first breakthrough that I think we had maybe as a band where we're like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, you know what I mean?
I remember the first time we rehearsed that song because I had practiced it with Miguel in the garage. I was like, bro, let's learn Feliz Feliz. But I was just playing like some like weird ass chords, you know, like the way I play it, you know. And you know, Mix got the melody down, you know. And we're like, all right, let's run this with Mario and Nate the next time we have full band practice. And that day when we were all together and we did it, we just looked at each other. We were like, you feel it in your body. You're just like, what the fuck was that?
No, it hits you. It hits you in your soul. You're just like, God damn, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
and I feel like that feeling just other people like connect to it. You know?
This is my theory on it. Maybe the song, maybe it's not all that, but what's important about that song is that for us, it means something, and no matter what it is that we did for the full hour or the full 45 minutes, that last little moment like allows us to not just connect with our audience, but connect with ourselves individually, connect with the whole journey that we've been having, and just it gives us like the biggest smile on our face every single time.
I feel like that's
100%.
the only song out of all of our songs that we play that we all make the most eye contact and
the most interaction with. We
amongst ourselves on stage.
Yes. I dance here, Charlie dances there, Nate dances over here. And at the end, we all come together and we like
just head
we surround Mario, and we're just all one. We are all one. And it's just like that. That's just like es el broche de oro.
Yeah.
Broche de oro right there. The finalizer, the finisher, the deadly killer.
The RKO, man.
Yes, and the
really shuffle, man.
And the really nice thing that I like about that song as well is that at the end of that song, we hold it, and I get to present my bandmates, our band. You know, we get to present one another. I go up to Charlie. Saludos, aplauso para mi compa Charlie, Nata. En la batería con toditita la energía del compa Mario. And then we just finish it. And it's just like those things that you just finish with, and you leave with that thought in your head like, wow, that was phenomenal.
Yeah.
It wasn't good. It wasn't great. It wasn't beautiful. It was phenomenal. And you can feel the energy with us, and you can feel the chemistry that we have within one another.
Yeah.
And that, it doesn't just speak to us, but it speaks to like everybody else because they see that. They see that beautiful chemistry that we have with one another.
Yeah.
And that's why that song to me means a lot. Regardless of how many times we play it, regardless of how many times we finish every set list with it, that song right there, it's like a signature of Clave MC.
Yeah, man.
I never get tired of it.
I never get tired of that shit.
It's probably a hard question, but how did it become one of your signature songs? Did you play one time and you saw chemistry with the audience? Was it something that you guys experienced as a group while practicing? What made that song
So
so special?
from
for
my
you guys?
perspective, like I said, that song was our first. Holy shit! Like yo, that was fucking sick.
But as a
And
while performing or while practicing, like
so
when
it
was that?
while practicing?
Okay,
And then we took it into a live setting. We performed it live, and it the feedback and the reaction that we got from our crowd was really good. It was really good, and we just kept doing it. We just kept doing it. We just kept doing it. We just kept doing it, and every time it just people never seem to get tired of it. People never seem to get old of it. We never seem to get very old of it. And I think, in my eyes, in my view, speaking for myself, that song means a lot to me because that was like our first breakthrough, and that's just it. Kind of became almost like as a. It just had to be there. It just had to be there.
Got it.
And every time that we perform, it
Check my
always gives
phone.
off that. It always gives off just that beautiful, and it's like, the song is about being happy, feliz, feliz,
Mm-hmm.
and which is what we're doing on stage,
Yeah.
and it is what we wanna give off into the crowd.
Yeah.
I think
We want to transmit that
Yeah.
energy, that happiness.
it came from a little bit of both, right? So you mentioned like whether it was like in a rehearsal or like live on stage. I think originally it was just very organic. When we played that song, that was one of the first songs that we ever kind of gave our own little style to.
Mhm.
When we were first
Yes.
learning music in the beginning, it was like, okay, this song is like this, and let me learn it like word for word, note for note, beat for beat, perfectly. And this is one of the first songs that we were like, hey, like instead of starting this way, how about we do this? And how about instead of this
Yeah.
beat, we do this? And we got a little creative. And I think energy comes like from us, like it comes from within, and the reason why that song might forever always be there, or why it's been there for so long, it's just that it's like kind of that reward at the end of like our set for ourselves.
Yeah.
We'd like to think that the people who come and watch us know that that song is the last one, and they can enjoy it the most. And maybe that guy who wanted to go ask that girl to dance or something, like he's like, oh, this is their last song, let me go now, like, you know what I mean? Like but
I guess that song, you can think of it as like an intro to what our style is today.
Got it. Okay.
It's like that marker of like, okay, you guys, it's like, okay, we played this song, we played this song, we played this song, but that right there, that song in particular, is what gave us that turn of like differentiation. That like
individually, like
got
for
it, got
us,
as
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I don't think by any means like that's like our signature song, right? But yeah, it becomes difficult as like somebody who arranges set lists, because we're like, man, we don't want to just always give them like, oh, they know what's coming, like we like to keep people like surprised. And thankfully and beautifully enough, like the shows that we do, a lot of the same people come, so it's like, how can we keep that person engaged every single show, even if they see us every single weekend for the month? How can we keep that person entertained and feel like they're paying for like such a different experience every time? And we've definitely done that for the most part. But yeah, Feliz Feliz is
Keep
just
talking. I'm listening. Okay. I'll be
Go
right
ahead. But yeah, that's been one of those songs. What do you think, Char?
Signature song?
They were talking about Feliz Feliz.
Feliz
What does that
Feliz.
mean to you?
To me, it just feels like it's part of our origin,
our origin of Clave MC.
Exactly, and it's just become so tradition that it feels weird not playing it,
Yeah, exactly.
And I remember we'd had discussions before, like, what if we start with that song, our set list, which is still an idea. We haven't tried it yet, but it just doesn't feel right,
It
Feliz
doesn't, it
Feliz.
doesn't.
It's those
Lo
are
que pendeje,
fire.
nosotros no lo chingamos,
Those
loco.
are fire.
No pasa nada.
Eso sí
hijo.
tiene vitamina.
Nosotros no nos rajamos.
But
Somos
yeah.
muchas cosas, pero no somos delicados, viejo.
Yeah, Feliz Feliz is it's such a closer for us, that it's meant to be at the end for
Yeah,
sure.
it's
And no matter how many times we play it, like maybe there's some people who get tired of it, maybe not. But for us, fuck no, we
you
love
know what,
that shit.
You know what? The way that I think about it, it's kind of like, yeah, we finished with that song, and maybe people might get tired of it. But if you really sit down and you think about it, whenever anybody has a party, they play the same songs that they played the party before. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Like Soulja Boy.
No, like if you're gonna drink, you're gonna throw on Cadetes Linares, the same song you've listened to days, parties before. Yeah. If you're gonna have a quinceañera, you're gonna throw on the same vals. If you fucking what's that song called?
Yo no sé.
Yeah.
Porque mi cuerpo cambia.
Anyways, what I'm saying is like, yeah, to us it might, it could at times it could seem as like very repetitive, but the way that I see it at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, it's a little repetitive, but whenever, like, people never really get tired of the same songs, because when you have a birthday party, when you have a peda con tus compas, what are you gonna go to? The songs that always hit you at that moment. You're always gonna go to, if you're having a peda, you're always gonna go to like Ramon Ayala, Cadetes Linares, Miguel y Miguel, that type of shit. And then you know what I mean? If you're gonna have like a baile, a lot of these musicians, grupos, they play songs that are gonna be good in that moment. Pago de Nave, Loba del Mar, Suspiro.
Moviditas.
You know what I mean? Moviditas.
Exactly.
And people just never get tired of that shit.
Yeah.
Which is why I personally think that Feliz Feliz won't get old like that, regardless how many times we play it at the end.
Yeah, I don't think it will. It just I love to listen to songs, repeatedly, just because I like the song,
Like
so
the
it's
song.
it hits you a certain way.
Exactly.
Let's take a quick break because I need to take a bathroom break. And then we'll come back. Okay.
We'll be right back. Clave MC.
Yes, sir.
Wait, I just became a wine member.
Oh yeah, where?
I got a membership at a wine winery.
I got a membership at Castillo's Yamorosa.
No mames, ¿y qué te traes?
Today I got a packet of 6 wines at my house.
¿Cuánto costó esa mierda?
Like 200 something for. No, it's because the thing about it, of that membership, you have to buy wine, like a certain amount of wines.
Yeah. Per year. Pero
three times a year.
Fuck, but how much? Like, what do you get from it?
As much as you want.
No mames, but like, what else besides like getting wine? Like,
besides getting wine, you could 3 times a year you can go for free.
No shit. How many people?
Just one other person.
They send you breadsticks.
So that's why I didn't get a wine membership. You know how much I fucking love wine, bro. But
what's your go-to wine?
Huh?
What do you like?
My go-to, it just depends, man. Like I don't have a preference. I think if I had to choose, it'd always be red wine. You know what I mean? Just cause
red
wine. That's how we're feeling, man. But definitely red wine. Was that recording?
Was the recording? Yeah.
That's the clip of the day, man.
That's the next single coming out. Y'all stay tuned.
I just say it, red wine.
I feel like I'm becoming who I'm supposed to be, man.
Salucita, viejo. Hey, this beer's actually really good. I've never tried this limón y sal one.
Cállate,
I've never tried it.
You haven't tried it?
The limón y sal one, no.
You're good. I
It's
like
good.
to throw
It's really
some
good.
clamato in there.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Wow.
What the heck?
It's very good.
Damn.
Tastes like the
But
hot Cheetos.
yeah,
like
definitely red wine. I live in Santa Rosa, right? So Sonoma County is just all about. It's either.
That's why he's buff.
You see these
That's why
arms,
one
man?
arm is yoked
They
to
ain't
the
just there
other.
for a reason, man.
It's like this.
This is definitely not because
He's
of
like,
masturbating.
If you seen our gym vlog,
Te pasaron.
I benched 225.
No,
It's
man.
official.
Yeah,
I
Edwin.
put on the gym vlog.
It's
My
official.
stomach
He
all
hit it.
out and everything.
He hit it.
But so my wine membership.
My-
Blah 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 blah.
Súbele mambo, súbele mambo.
Pero, puto, no ves que me van a cobrar 2 veces al año 4 botellas, right? Which is like $160 or some shit. But it comes with unlimited wine tastings, up to 4 people every time.
Hell yeah.
Unlimited.
Hey, I need to hit you.
Bro.
Damn, bro.
Kendall Jackson. If y'all want like a good local winery to Sonoma County, Kendall Jackson's just
I got it.
Kendall
Castillo Amorosa.
Kendall Jenner, yo.
It's really good. And the reason why I like Kendall Jackson a lot compared to other wineries is because most wineries you go to, you get like a 4 bottle tasting, right?
Yeah, like 4 or 5.
You get like
Of
4
like
little
una mierdita
bottles.
así
Like, una mierda así bien poquito.
Mira,
No mames.
menos que esto.
Menos de un Costco sample.
Un colito, right? So, but Kendall Jackson, they do 6. And not only do they do 6, but they pour so generously and just, you get there, as soon as you sit down, they're like, hey, here's like just like a free little sample of like our newest one. Boom. Si se tarda más de 5 minutos, regresan otra vez. Hey, here's another sample. Boom. Before your tasting starts. So you're walking out.
Where is it at though?
This is like 10 minutes from my house, so it's
shit.
it's the last exit of Santa
Damn,
Rosa
I
before
gotta
getting
go
to
there.
Windsor.
I'm about to cancel
Beautiful.
I'm about to cancel my membership at Castillo Amorosa.
Kid Yamaroso.
I'm about to cancel my gym membership.
Cancel the Pornhub membership, man.
Wow.
No, hombre, pero
Don't watch porn, guys.
buena esta
Please do not
mierda,
watch
bro.
porn.
Holy shit.
Don't watch porn. It's bad for you.
But
Nuestro
yeah.
OnlyFans, tal vez, sí.
Only if it's our OnlyFans.
fuck.
Other than that-
Do you guys really have OnlyFans? I thought we were fucking around.
Yeah, no, we got OnlyFans.
we totally
Okay.
fucking around.
we
we what?
do circle jerks.
I
You do what, I'm sorry?
no, I'm just kidding. We don't got OnlyFans.
was gonna
I'm just
say
playing.
I had brought up the idea because I've heard like all these stories of like people making huge money on it, you know. So me and Mario, we were down.
Bruh,
I've
tell
heard
me,
that
tell me,
girls
tell me
make-
why these motherfuckers one day they send in the group chat, yo, let's make a group like a OnlyFans, and I was like, yeah, fuck it, like, like just siguiendo el rollo. These motherfuckers were serious about it. I was like, yo,
Hear me
no,
Calendar shoots
me
y
out,
todo.
hear me
Well, okay, so it came from that. It came from that because I was like, bro, how fucking dope would it be if we had like a merch stand? And instead of like selling like t-shirts, it was like a sexy calendar. You know what I mean? Every month it was
That's
just
what he
like one
said.
of us just todo like encuerado with like pictures just Miguel, butt naked. All he's covering himself with is his accordion. You know what I mean? Like,
How
fuck!
many tias would buy that shit? But
Oh
look,
my
this is where the
God.
idea
Or
came
the deals
from.
would go
That's where
hard.
it came
Yeah.
from.
No,
It
no,
came
the
from
idea
that.
came from a podcast I listened to about some dude who would make racks, and I was like, bro, if we can make extra money from what we're making right now,
Dude,
let's try it. And
fuck
I know
it.
we're all good-looking dudes, you know.
I ain't gay, but $20 is $20.
Like, I get $10. I don't care.
Oh hell no!
But look, aunque sea monedas, bro, throw that shit at me. But
You see what I'm saying? These motherfuckers were serious about
I'm
that
still
shit.
serious about
These
it, bro.
motherfuckers were
it
serious.
can still happen. It's
I was
open.
like, hell no, you motherfuckers
Hey,
are
girls
wild.
don't show their bodies. All they do is feet.
Feet,
They make
yeah.
fucking
I'm about to
money.
show- I'm about to
¿Has
just show
visto
my
los hongos que
hongos
cargan
on
estos
that shit,
jueputas?
I'm about to show my hongo.
Estos jueputas cargan unos hongos a la mierda,
Puta,
bro.
Unas
bro.
pinches parecen garras de águila,
They-
güey.
They got some apocalipto ass feet, bro.
Oh,
This
shit.
motherfucker growing
shit.
sea moss
Look
on
at
it. No
that.
tree moss.
Some chiclete my meat ass toes, man.
Son clish clash as patas.
Oh, parecen patas de indio esa mierda.
Let's take this shot, man.
All right,
Hey,
cheers. Hey, where's yours at?
I don't have one.
You don't got one.
You need one.
You need one. A huevo, ¿cómo no?
Aquí está el milagro.
Aquí está el milagro.
Échame tu milagro.
El immigration.
Oh.
Right on.
All right, yo.
Cheers to the Thought Process Podcast.
Is that what it's
Cheers to
called?
Clave MC.
That's
Yep.
awesome. How many have you done? How many episodes?
You're my 18th episode.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. What other grupos have, like, or we the first group? Or like the second? Because the first one was the Grupo Evolución.
How'd you meet them?
Yeah.
Yeah, talk to us a little bit about Grupo Evolución, because when you had called me, you mentioned, us performing with this other grupo called Grupo Evolución. Now I'm seeing that they are from Modesto,
Bakersfield.
Bakersfield.
That's far.
That's deep. That's very deep. And
Yeah, so
we're
how
all the
I-
way up here. So how'd you come about them?
So, I used to work at a restaurant. I was the manager. The chef moved down to Bakersfield and opened his own food truck business, right? So, we're friends. I had that connection. I wanted to bring him to the podcast so I could, kind of shout him out and kind of help him,
Right.
get his business out there.
Mhm.
And a couple of weeks before I drove down to Bakersfield, he had, I guess, hired or told his group to like perform live, like in front of their food truck business.
Right.
So I was like, why don't I reach out to them and see if they want to record an episode with me since I'm down there already, right?
Right.
Take advantage of the situation. So that's kind of how I reached out to them. I sat down with them, recorded the episode. After the episode, they sung a couple of songs for me and stuff. I recorded it, so I could try to, shout them out as well and stuff. And then the dad, who's also their manager, was like, "Hey, if you ever know of anybody that wants a gig up there, we'll make the drive. Just let me know." And that's when I was like, why don't I create an event so you guys could come and perform out here.
Right.
So I'm just trying to help them out and stuff, And
That's
awesome.
So I had already heard about you guys, but I never reached out because I was like, dude, like they're like, you guys are popping. Like, what the fuck are they gonna say? Like, probably no,
What do you mean, man?
Appreciate it.
It was just my
I
perspective,
appreciate
just
that.
me,
I
like
appreciate
trying
it.
to like,
Hey,
it's
you know
my
what?
first gig,
Let me say something real quick. I appreciate what you just said right now. But one thing about Clave MC, we are some humble ass motherfuckers. Somos buena onda con todos, no importa cómo somos nosotros. But, siempre a nosotros nos gusta dar el agradecimiento y la ayuda a la gente que nos pueda. We appreciate our crowd. We appreciate the people that come out to see us. And I know the way that we are, the way that individually we are.
Yeah.
That's how we all think. And I know that no matter how big we get, ojalá Dios nos dé la gracia y el éxito de ser grandes. No matter how big we get, I know that individually we will always appreciate the people that supported us from the get-go, from the beginning. And we like to right now, where we are right now, we like to work with anybody. We like to work with people. Si sale una buena tocadita o si alguien ocupa ayuda, nos gusta echar la mano. Yeah. And because at one point we were just like that too. We were people that needed help. We were people that wanted to get some recognition. And I think individually that's one of the most beautiful things about us as a group, because there's a lot of grupos out there that agarran un poquito de reconocimiento y ya se empiezan a creer así.
Yeah.
Pero no, nosotros así desde siempre hasta de un principio, no importa, we've always individually, I don't want to say like just as a group, but individually, that's just how we are.
Yeah.
Regardless, we're very humble people. We're very somos bien amigables.
We're just happy to be here.
We're just happy to be here. If anybody that comes up to us that wants to talk to us, we'll talk to them.
Any
take
tía,
pictures
any
with
abuela
them.
que no se la acerca.
Aquí está el mata abuelitas. Yeah. So yeah, like that's why. And I remember in that phone call that you gave me, you had mentioned that it was like your first event here, and I was like, oh, chingón, pues hay que echarle la mano también. Pues
and I appreciate that. Yeah. Like I said, I had heard of you guys, but then I started following DJ Eski.
I was gonna say, wait, because Eski.
Shout out to the homie Eski.
Yep.
No, my bad. It's DJ Eski.
Missouri.
All the way to
Missouri.
Quick, puta.
Shout out. Yeah, from California to Missouri.
But bro, when we posted that flyer, that was yours, right? And it was like, oh, forgive me, what's the name of your brand? The
Lighthouse.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was under your page. We posted the flyer. Immediately, message from Eski. Oh my gosh, yeah, like that's my boy. Like I had told him this, and that. Like the amount of happiness that we got receiving a message like that, because Eski has been like one of those people who's just been advocating from the get-go, So, we really appreciate his life and his soul and his heart, and for him to get us in contact with somebody like you, just
Eski's
meant
a
the
homie.
world.
Eski got us into Maya Palenque too, bro.
Eski,
he got us into Maya.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Shout
I
out
had
Eski.
never. I met him through social media, and he goes live all the time. I
Shout out to
join his
homie
lives and
Eski.
stuff, and he's from the canal. And I was raised in the canal.
Really, you too?
Y'all was born
Really?
in the Killer Kite.
Wait.
The
Which
Killer
apartment?
Kite.
Which apartment building?
I
La 400.
the Camelots and
The Camelots!
and Nevada Street.
Yo!
Yeah, I lived Camelots for a little bit, and then Nevada Street for a little bit, and then came back to Camelots, and then
Damn.
I moved out.
Hell yeah, man. Hey, shout out to Canal.
Shout out to the K,
Shout
baby.
out Pickleweed Park.
Yeah,
Shout
I
out to
grew
K
up on-
babies,
I grew up on
motherfucker.
509 Canal, so that's like by the boats.
Yeah.
by like Harbor Street over
Yeah.
there. Yeah. Pero,
Okay.
Wow, that's so cool, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I just found out that you're Alan's cousin, right?
You know Alan, my cousin?
Yeah.
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 Oh, shit.
How do you know
so
him? How'd you meet him?
He's my sister-in-law's boyfriend.
Oh,
Or-
Whoa.
Órale.
Yeah.
Sick.
So I just found out because I posted
What?
on Instagram that I was gonna be recording with you guys, and then he was like, "Oh, Charlie's my cousin." I'm like, "Oh,
That's so
shit."
dope.
Sick.
Small world.
Small
Shout out to
world,
the
yeah,
cousin.
yeah.
It
Alan.
really is a
Much
small
love,
world.
bro.
It really
Yeah.
is a small world.
Wow.
I was born from the Bahia Vista, bro. In
Bahia
those
Vista?
those
Okay.
apartments there. Where you live at actually?
Yeah, that's where
Yeah, el que está en la mera esquina ahí, bro. I was born there, then
Yeah, a
moved out
couple
to
of
Nevada.
my
There in
friends
Canal, I
growing
live
up
there.
lived in by Bahia Vista and stuff.
Yeah.
I would like go
Nice.
there and stuff. Like I
Por
knew
ahí
the canal. Like,
estábamos.
What schools
Someday.
did you go to in the area?
so I went to like for elementary or elementary. I went to it was Galena's back then.
Yeah, I remember Galena's. Now it's Venetian Valley.
Yeah, now it's Venetia Valley, and then Davidson.
Davidson,
and
yeah, I'm from
SR
Damn.
You went to Starford High too?
and Coleman.
Coleman.
or
Oh yeah,
Coleman.
Coleman.
Is that the continuation school for?
No, Madrone is a continuation.
And I also went to Madrone.
Hey.
Hey, me too. So I went to high school with this motherfucker. We were in Novato High. I did the Marine School of the Arts program.
Okay.
So the whole time I was like a jazz band nerd. Right. So, which is why like corridos and like shit like this like never appealed to me, you know,
Uh-huh.
because I was just like, dan, jankadan.
Yeah.
Like that was my shit, you know. Pero a la verga, like ya de ahí, I
Are you
got sent to.
Salvadorian?
Huh?
Are you Salvadorian?
I'm Guatemalan.
Guatemalan. Okay.
Yeah. So you know,
Okay.
somewhere around
You
there.
have an accent. I was like, it's not Mexican.
Wait till
Okay.
he's drunk. Se le sale de colombiano.
Se me sale
Oh,
cue-
really?
puta.
Se le sale de capota.
Se me
Se le
sale
sale lo dominicano.
Mario turns all Central American.
This will turn.
Bro, it's just the drunker I get, like the looser my tongue is.
Copas, you know, this will turns into fucking
Fuck,
Bad Bunny.
well, Bad Bunny, you know.
Yeah,
He
Jesus.
turns into what's that one full name?
I don't even know.
El
bro.
vato que tenía el pelo dorado. Osuna, no,
J
no, no.
Balvin?
J
Maluma.
Balvin. This will turn into Maluma. Maluma.
Oh, yeah,
Turn
yeah.
into
Okay, okay.
Maluma.
I had a phase last year
Yeah.
where I went like platinum blonde, and it was like the dopest shit I've ever done in my life for myself. Cause yeah, just fucking blonde, fucking white hair, and then it went from blonde to pink to blue to red to everything.
So what happened? Why are you not doing that anymore?
Well, because I'm mentally stable now, but
Oh, I see. Okay.
Oh my God.
I should have been dyeing my hair, bro.
damn, bro. Your girl ever tell you like, oh, I just got red hair, and you're just like, oh fuck, like, you know what I do, you know what I mean? I was just one of those type of moments, man. I just had an identity crisis, and
My boy had the hot Cheeto pillows, bro. I was like, I was about to put limon on that shit.
that was the funniest shit. Cause at the time this was 2 years ago now, actually. But at the time I was just getting into like working into like banking and stuff. I had been there for a few months already, and
Osuna banking.
so like, you know, it was the type of bank office that or branch, whatever, that you show up with like a button up and like a suit and tie and shit.
Yeah.
And then like one weekend out of another, like I dye my shit red, and I call my manager and I'm like, hey, like, you know, I don't know if I can come in on Monday because, you know, my hair's red. And she's like, well, I don't know, Mario. And sorry, let me backtrack a bit. I had done it just because somebody told me this was just like, it's gonna wash off in like two lavadas. Ya te sacó, right? No mames, like me había lavado el pelo like unas 6 veces. No se me estaba saliendo, like, para nada, bro.
Yo, that shit was red like Miguel's hat. Like
That shit
red,
was
really?
red,
Yeah,
red.
red,
That shit
red.
was
My boy looked
red,
like
red.
a
How
hot
does
Cheeto.
that work? You have black hair. Do you like bleach it first?
Yeah,
Yeah, so
bleach that
I went
shit
platinum
first.
blonde, so that's just like blonde, like
He had
white.
gone
Yeah.
blonde.
But in order
Blonde
to
or
get a
white?
red
Blonde
color,
or white?
do you have to be blonde first?
Yeah, you
Well,
have to be,
I don't
you have
know.
to be blonde first. You
Right,
gotta,
I'm
you gotta go
assuming
blonde
'cause
first.
Probably.
From pure black, you have to go a couple stages.
You have to go down. You have to go
Yeah.
down. You have to go down. You have to,
So
you
I
have to bleach
did
your
that.
hair a bit to go.
And actually,
Okay, that's what I know. If you're a hairstylist, please don't judge me. Don't judge me. Don't correct us. Send us a DM or some shit.
but
From pure black to platinum blonde.
yeah, that's a good process. But I think the reason why I went red was because so Nate and I used to work for this music school. It's a nonprofit out in Pacifica, so like about like an hour and a half from here. Him and I were like teachers there, and we had this like event where a lot of the sponsors and new people who were interested in the school like show up on this one day to like experience it, right?
Yeah.
And so one of the singers there, sorry, the singer there, she was like, Mario, let's just like dye our shit red. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, let's do that shit. And boom. And so, yeah, red hair. Then I got to go to work on Monday. My boss is like, Mario, I don't think you can come in like that, man. Like, dude.
Show a picture. We got a picture right here for the podcast.
Dude, I thought you were going to show the Elmo one, the drummer,
Oh, that picture of the drummer.
Show the podcast. Show the podcast. Show the camera.
No, mames, I'm still very proud of that. I'm like,
Párate
very
mierda,
happy.
dude. Enseñale a la cámara, cerote.
Hey, man.
His ass too fat to stand up.
Damn, Edwin.
You know, 'cause you can edit in the.
Flaming hot, bro. Hey, he looked good though.
This was a flaming hot
I
Cheeto.
love my baby.
I'd
Flaming
score.
hot
I'd
Cheeto.
score lemon on him any day.
Somebody told me I look like this, man.
What's his name? What's that drummer's name?
I don't fucking know. What's the drummer's name? Somebody please in the comments tell us who the drummer from the Muppets is.
I've never watched the Muppets, bro.
Google that shit. You know what? Google that shit, cuz.
Puro Plaza Sésamo.
Plaza Sésamo.
Este hijo de
Plaza
puta.
Sésamo.
Where from Guatemala are you?
So my mom is from Shela.
San Carlos.
San Carlos.
Oh shit.
No, gracias a Dios que no. My mom's from Shela, right? That's like the, one of like the bigger towns like in the country or cities. My pops was an orphan, so he's just born and raised like everywhere. From San Marcos to Sija to La Capital to the coast, and just everywhere in between.
Okay.
But yeah, that's where I'm from.
You know what? Nate's also from Guate.
Yeah,
Really?
Nate's
Where's
from
Nate?
Zacapa. Zacapa, where the rum is at. If you
Rum
had
Zacapa.
Shout out to
Zacapa
all the
rum.
homies from Guatemala.
Mm.
Shout out to all the Guatemaltecos and much
Yeah.
love to my homies from Guatemala.
We always
Much
tell
love to
people like
Guatemaltecos.
we're just some part-time Mexicans, man. Cause I'm chopping like to the core, bro. I'm chopping like as fuck, but just come the weekend and like all of
Yeah.
a sudden I'm like a
I got much love to my Guatemala
I'm just
homies.
being a
Much love to my
motherfucker. Yo,
Guatemala
you know,
homies.
man.
my boy Mario right here, the Guatemala, and the drummer, the bass player Guatemala. I got a few other homies from Guate. I got a few coworkers from Guate. Shout out to all the homies from Guatemala.
Bro, let me guess. You're from Sija.
Yes, I am.
Oh!
Wait, how can you tell?
Guate no Guate.
How can you tell he's from
Chapines
Sija?
could tell, I guess.
Chapines
Bro,
could
it's
tell,
just,
bro.
it's just like
It's
I
just
felt like
it's
a
an
brotherly
instinct,
bond,
How
man.
come
Like
I'm not from Sija, bro.
people from Sija,
From
Sija just got like
Sija.
such like a love, caring like attitude like for the world, and you know what I mean? Like, come on, that's just Guatemala like as a whole, man.
Yeah.
Specifically,
I
like
was
Sija.
in Guatemala for about 7 years, and I was raised in La Esperanza.
Esperanza.
Yeah.
Bro, my oldest sister lives there.
No way.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, I was. there
Esperanza
from,
is
like,
beautiful, bro.
3 to like around 9 years old. Then I
Wow.
came here.
That's
You
awesome.
know
man.
how I knew you
Yeah.
you were from Guate? Your last name.
What's your
Really?
last name?
De Leon.
But that's easy as fuck, bro. Like, come on.
Hey,
I didn't know your last
Hey,
name.
shout out Josue de Leon. I know
That's my
since-
brother.
Josue?
Yeah, he,
Josue de Leon.
I've heard. Yeah, Josue de Leon.
Which one?
Really?
He's my
big
age.
one?
He's
Yeah.
my age.
He's
Yeah.
my
No.
brother. You know him?
Dude. Bro, Josue and I used to go to the same church. I'm telling you, San Rafael.
Which church?
It was Neo Pentecostés.
Okay. Okay.
Right?
I used to go there for a bit too,
Dude,
and
And
then
then,
I moved to Richmond for a bit. I
you went to which one in Richmond?
Huh?
Which one in Richmond?
It used to be called Oro de la Bahía.
I don't know. I know that
It
much.
was
La
part of
Bahía,
like
no. But yeah, like I know.
but yeah,
take
I
that
know-
shot,
I
man.
know
Brother,
Josue
that's crazy.
since,
Such a
like,
small world.
Small
middle
world,
school.
man.
Josue since middle school, and then from then on through high school because we play football.
Yeah, okay.
You know, I play football for
Wow.
SR and all that.
I
so-
played a couple years for SR too.
That's why you look so familiar, man.
Yeah, so he's in Sacramento right now.
Yeah,
Sick.
he's in Sac State. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've
Good for
seen
him.
He's a PO,
Yeah.
trained to PO probation officer.
Yeah,
right?
some shit like that. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
sick.
That's
probation
crazy.
officer. There you go.
Yeah, man.
So,
Arriba Guatemala la verga.
Arriba
hijo de
Guatemala.
puta.
yeah.
You said Salvador, but that's just because
It's just like your accent. I was like, couldn't pinpoint. I mean, like,
my brother-in-law, he's from El Salvador,
okay.
right? Entonces,
The church I used to go to, they were all Salvadorian.
oh
Yeah,
shit,
yeah,
yeah. No, I mean I have pupusas every day, man.
yeah.
My baby mama, she from Salvador too,
Okay.
bro. Like, come on.
And shout out to all the Savi homies too.
Shout out to all the savvy girls, man.
The Savi
Fuck.
girls, bro.
No, hombre, pero yeah.
Yeah.
Small
That's
world,
crazy.
bro.
Small world, yeah.
Wow.
Small
Crazy.
world.
That's
Holy
sick.
crap.
Yeah.
Born and raised here in Novato. I mean,
Whole different kind of
you
beaners.
mentioned Guatemala, right? But then like you came out to
So, yeah,
Santa
I mean,
Fe
I
and then
was-
out here.
So I was born here when I was like 2 years old. They took me back to Guatemala, and then I immigrated back to the U.S. And then I lived in the canal for a bit. Moved to Novato, Richmond, back to the canal. So I've been all over the place.
Yeah, man. And as far as like settling down in Novato, how old are you right now?
I'm 34.
34. So as a 34-year-old adult, why would you choose Marin County, specifically Novato?
Well, I just, that's the place we came to when I was a little kid, and I've been living here ever since.
Yeah.
I did move to Richmond for a couple of years, but that was like a church thing.
Yeah.
So then I moved back here because, I
There we go.
was raised here
And
part of my life.
in your journey right now as an independent promoter, I think you are, right?
Mhm.
Hosting an event with 2 different bands, one local and one from out the Bay. Where do you see your project going into? What's your goal for you? What's for Lighthouse?
Do you think of like expanding to further events?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I said, I started Lighthouse Life Events to help out, this band to kind of expand because they're good in Bakersfield, but they wanted to kind of expand and
Right.
perform in other areas. So I was like, let me try this shit out because I also have a candle business, so I have a really busy schedule.
You know what tripped me out?
What's up?
I remember you told me that you wanted us to perform at 8
Yeah.
at night, and I was kind of like, I remember that I saw that because I was like 8 at night.
Yeah, and then you were like, "No, we can't do that shit." I'm like,
I was
"Okay,
like,
what can he
hold
do?
on, no.
I need you guys to perform."
And when you told me that, I was kind of like, okay, it's his first time throwing it, and that's why I sent to you. I was like, are you sure you want to do it at 8? And then that's when you got back to me, and you're like, oh, mejor ustedes a las 12, because like
No,
8,
don't be there at midnight because that's where it ends. You
yeah,
have to be
or
there
like a las 11,
10:30.
This guy.
But yeah, I was like 8 p.m. That's way too early. Cause usually right now, like from the events out here, do you go to the events out here?
I mean, I've tried like Cynthia. I think she promotes in Ghirardelli a lot, and Max.
Because
if
the-
you
the-
haven't been to one of our events, then oh shit.
Oh,
Las chelas.
Las Cheve, loco. Okay.
He was trying to save us, man.
Mejor jalo este.
Hey, pour another shot, man.
Pour another shot.
Pour another
pero
shot, man.
Until he gets back.
Can you believe that Charlie didn't drink the last shot?
Bro. Nah, bro.
No, now you have to take double.
Now you gotta take double, fucker.
Andaba pedo ayer.
So what,
Antier,
fool?
bro.
It's because I was gonna say that if you haven't been to our an event like that late at night, then pull up this Friday.
Yeah.
We have an event at the Epicenter, Santa Rosa.
If you haven't been to the Epicenter is like a pretty cool place for like a family man, right? You got your like trampoline section, arcade, you got bowling, you got pool,
Oh shit.
you have like a restaurant,
Yeah.
and there's even like an indoor soccer field and a gym. So it's like a location that's like, it's pretty popping. Long story short, there's an event organizer who is from there named Noel, and our Brody got us the gig there last year. Now he's having us back again to do a Latino night. So it's gonna be like us and another banda. What's the banda's name?
Banda Testarudos.
Tasterudo.
Testarudos, yeah.
Los Testarudos.
Banda Testáculos. Banda Testáculos. What's the name?
Testarudos.
Tasterudo.
Los
Testarudos.
Testarudos.
Testículos.
Oh.
Shout out them though, because they're really gonna highlight the night. But Noel, he's also somebody like you.
Shout out to Noel.
He's been developing as a promoter to put on events and whatnot, and thankfully he has a platform now, which is Victory House, which is Epicenter, which has been able for Latin nights that now has become to what it is. But you go back like a year ago, he's starting to build it. Starting to put these like cinder blocks of like structure and just like a baseline to what the brand is. And so I mean, if you slide through on Friday, man,
So you guys performed this Saturday?
we perform
This
Friday.
Friday.
No, Friday. Yeah.
Yeah.
What time?
Friday will be on at I think 10 o'clock or
All right,
so.
check it out. This Friday night. What's the date? What's the date of Friday night?
March
17th?
17th.
This
May
Friday,
17th.
17th, Clave MC will be performing at the Victory House
Epicenter.
at the Epicenter in Santa Rosa
It's a
Latin
staple
nights
for Santa Rosa. It's a
with
huge
Banda Los
community place.
Testarudos. If you guys want to have a good time, you guys want to experience the Clave MC, if you haven't checked it out yet, that would be a perfect time to check us out. Check us out because we get down and full bar, there beer, and it's a good time. Nothing but a good time. There will also be DJ. Shout out to DJ City Mix. DJ City Mix.
DJ
Shout out
City
to the
Mix,
homie DJ City Mix. Much
puta.
love to the homie DJ City Mix. Good people. We're going to be out there this Friday night, the 17th. No se lo pueden perder.
Yeah, we'll definitely stop by.
That's gonna be
Yes,
a fun
sir.
show, man.
Yes, sir.
But that's why like structuring like means so much. You know what I mean? Like what time people go on, who starts the night, who opens. Like
Alright,
you know what I
take
mean?
this
Like those are things that
Yeah.
like they take a process.
All right.
Yeah, it's my
Cheers.
Fuck, dude, I'm already drunk, bro.
You gotta take double full. Let's watch Charlie take this shot because the last shot he didn't take it. The last shot, take it. Let's watch him take it.
Let him take a double.
Let him take double. Go.
Someone tell my boss I'm pulling up till next week,
I think the next
Take
title of
that
this vlog should
Take
be
it. Take
Mario
it.
and Charlie
Take
Blackout.
Take
on a
it.
podcast.
Take it. All the way. Así me gusta, papá. Salucita. No te vayas a vomitar o mierda. Mierda. Salucita.
Love that shit, man. I love that shit.
Salucita.
It's just
Hey, if you guys also FYI, I know all the time in the videos, you guys be hearing me talk like with the Salvadorian accent is because I be kicking it a lot. I don't know in case you don't. In case
Shout
you
out
guys,
Andre,
in
man.
case you
Shout
guys
out
do not
Andre.
know, in my neighborhood, we got a lot of raza out there. In my neighborhood, we got a lot of Mexicans. We got a lot of
Should I
Salvadorians.
FaceTime Dre
We
right
got a lot
now
of
so you can talk
Filipino.
to him?
Where do you stay at?
We got a lot of Salvadorians too. Filipinos.
Where do you
te
stay at?
quedas?
Right here by Novato High School at some apartments.
Oh, here in Nevada?
In Novato. I
Nice.
stay out here in Novato at some apartments.
Shout out
And
Charo.
we got the spot.
Shout out El
called
Charral.
Shout out to the saludos a la raza del Charral. Shout out to the homies from Charral.
Saludos
And you
al
know what?
Gumaro.
These homies from Charral, I got so
Dre.
much love from these folks. We got so much love from these folks. They be pulling up to all of our events. These fools come over here and they show nothing but love. They show nothing but ambiente. Shout out to El Charral. Shout out to my pops. Shout out to DJ Romero.
Dre,
Those are our number one
some
fans.
Honduras real quick. Be like,
Number one
Yeah,
fans.
I see DJ Romero, like he's always liking your stuff. He's always
Romero, DJ
posting.
Romero, that's the tío of the grupo.
Okay.
DJ Romero, he's my uncle.
Dile a esa,
He's my
ese
uncle by
hijo de puta
blood,
que le
and,
pasa a alguien que
he's-
sabe. Dile.
Wait, I need to ask you guys a
Hold
question.
on, who's going?
That's Andre?
That's Andre.
Hey, shout out to Andre. Make
Shout
sure
out
to
Andre.
follow him on social media.
Official
Hey, Andre,
_
Andre, I want you to announce your social media here on the podcast.
Official _ Andre with a 6 rather than a D.
And Daisy.
With a 6
And then,
rather
and
than a
Days-
D.
Days Margarita.
And show some love to Days Margarita.
Say some
on
Honduran shit real quick. Dile. Dale ese micrófono al que sabe, hijo de puta.
Que busquen otro hijo de puta para que se lo pisen.
Que se lance, hijo de puta. como
Hey,
dice.
saludos a toda la raza de
Tírate.
Honduras. Saludos a toda la raza de Honduras. I got a lot of Honduran
Shout out
homies
my
too.
Hondurans people.
To my Honduran people. Shout out to my Honduran people. Shout out to us Honduran people.
Saludcita, mi
Shout out to my
amor. Los
Chapines,
amo,
too.
eh.
Much love to my Guatemala people.
Thank you for answering, dog. Shout out Dre, bro.
Shout out Dre. Shout out
Love
Dre.
my
Make
boy,
sure to
bro.
follow Dre on
Love my boy.
Instagram. I don't know what other platform he got. TikTok. Follow him
Hey,
up.
hey.
Listen to him on Spotify as well. Motherfucker.
That's the
get
most
down.
beautiful couple ever, man.
And you know what? Like
Find us
Um,
on YouTube. Find them on
Dre and Days, they are very good people, and I say that because they fit in they fit in with the type of people that we are.
Got it.
And I know us as a group, we're very good people. We're very humble people. We're very loving people, very friendly people. We're not out here thinking we're hot shit, this and that. And we got a lot of hospitality and we got a lot for a lot of people.
Yeah, and I think that'll take you places. If you stay humble and true to your roots,
Yeah.
people will see that. 'Cause
Yeah, exactly.
Once you start feeling that you're on top of other people,
Right.
then people might not be like fucking with you. and stuff, yeah.
Exactly. And no matter how big you are, no matter you personally, I just the people that were with you from day one.
And I think that's why people
beautiful.
really like to watch you guys perform and stuff, because they could see that
Yeah.
authentic humbleness
And
from you guys.
and
stuff, I think.
that's a cool thing about us too. Like when we're up on that stage, like individually, we're very authentic. Like we are very ourselves. We're very
We're all human at
we're
the end of the day.
yeah, we're
Yeah.
human, but our character individually shows up on that stage.
Yep.
Yeah.
What I do on that stage, what I say on that stage, what I perform on that stage, it's very off the top.
Yeah.
Any type of joke that I throw out,
Mhm.
any type of phrase that I throw out.
What's my favorite one? Like los fines de semana. O ¿cómo
De
es?
noche, de
Día,
día,
arriba la putería.
De
Eh,
noche,
de
de
día,
día,
arriba la putería.
De punks,
Hey,
punks,
No, on some real
fucking
shit though,
love it
like
when
up
he
on
said
that
that shit.
up on that stage, like a lot of the energy that I give out, it comes out from like me naturally, the type of person that I am,
Okay.
and that's why like something that I like to say is like, yo salí desmadroso, pero aquí en el grupo yo
You're
le estoy
dropping a
sacando
few times,
provecho.
man.
Yo le estoy sacando provecho a este desmadre que yo, pues la gente,
Yeah.
people can say like, oh, este vato es un desmadroso, un desgraciado, quién sabe qué. Pero,
Hey, but
pero,
that's what people resonate with, like
pero-
they like that shit.
yeah,
This is
pero
like, just our
aquí en el
fun to-
grupo, aquí
yeah.
en el grupo le estoy sacando el provecho, le
Yeah,
estoy
yeah.
sacando el provecho desmadroso, a lo atragantado, a lo aventado que yo soy. Porque yo así soy, yo soy bien atragantado, yo soy bien aventado. I'm somebody that likes to like really be out there. I like to risk. I like to take risks.
Yeah.
I've done some shit that I shouldn't have with my, taking risks with my life and this and that.
Yeah.
But like at the end of the day, like that's just how I am. Like you said, I'm a very stubborn person. Y al
that
fin de
motherfucker.
día me vale madre quién diga qué, quién hable de qué. A mí me gusta
I hate that
disfrutar.
motherfucker.
Hey, no, literally. No, a mí me gusta echar desmadre, me gusta pasarla bien y
But I was gonna,
me vale madre quien diga qué o qué, pero yo aquí estoy sacando provecho.
Yeah.
Provecho al desmadroso que yo salí.
I was gonna say this too. At the end of the day, no matter how different we are, like everyone knows how to play their role very well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's just because we're like that as people, Like you said, Migs is very out there, and like
Yeah.
that's his energy on
And
stage,
That's what led me to be able to like, from the beginning, no matter how shit I was in singing and performing, that's what led me to become what I am today.
Mhm.
The person that I am.
Yeah.
The mentality the mentality that I have, that I don't give a fuck if you talk shit about me. I don't care if you look down on me, as long as I'm working to do better and be a better person.
Mhm.
All else judgment does not matter.
Y eso es una de las cosas que cuando hablamos like anteriormente de like where we see the band going, like what's our goal? I mean, man, we're all some like hopeless romantics out here, We're some kids like from Novato, and that of course we would love to become this and that, but at the end of the day, like we want to grasp what's real, and what's real in front of us right now is who we are and how we feel. And as corny as that shit sounds, man, like, whatever we put our heart into, and that just comes into individuals. And I'm a very spiritual person, man. Like, if you put God in the front of it, God's gonna take you those places. God's gonna open those doors. And as of now, God has not failed. He's opened so many doors, and it's all been up to us.
You know what?
How we take advantage of them.
Jesus
Let me
Christ.
let me say something. Let me say something.
Juice quartz.
As a grupo, all of us, we come from a religious background, but I wouldn't say we all practice individually religion. However, as a group, we know that one thing is real. That reality is that we have a God,
Yep.
And every time that we perform and every time that we go up on a stage, before we do that, we always pray. We pray because we know that there's something greater above us, and we know that there's something taking care of us.
Yeah.
So
Thanks to Mario. by the way.
and
Mario
And
gives us
we
the
li-
best-
we
Mario
like-
gives
we
the
li-
best speeches.
Mario's very Mario should be a pastor one day.
Thank you,
Yes.
man.
Mario should be a pastor or a
I
priest
hope
one
and
day.
I strive to
but-
be, man.
Before we go up on the stage every day, every time we thank God, because of where we are at and because of what we have,
I think
and we ask for a better future. And you know what? At the end of the day, no matter how religious you are, how or atheist you are, at the end of the day, the reality is that there's a higher above.
Yeah, true.
And there's a higher above, and there's somebody worth giving that recognition to.
and truly, it's like a ritual for the band.
It's a ritual. It's a ritual. We
Jesus.
always
Yeah, I
pray.
wanna-
Find that vape, man.
Mario,
You
I
good?
want
My boy fiending.
Oh shit.
Your
Yeah,
phone is
man.
right here, fool. No,
Mario, I wanted to ask
Bruh.
you. You brought,
What the
you know,
hell?
you going to church. You wanna, you inspired to be a preacher, right?
No,
Oh,
I just said that.
Okay, my bad.
I was
could
just
be.
I was just
Hey,
throwing that.
I
out.
take it back.
I was
I
just
thought-
throwing that.
that's
I was
what
throwing
he
that. I
said,
was
so I
throwing-
thought you-
I was-
I
was
believe
for
in
real.
him. He could be.
He could be. He
All right,
could be.
so
Thank you.
He- 'cause
you've
he-
been, you've been to church. You did play at church. Do you think that helped you? That helped the band in a way, because you kind of know how to play, and music is how can I say this? It touches people's soul. You could kind of take people places by playing music.
Yeah.
Do you think you going to church help you or help the band in a way? I don't know if that made any sense or not.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if it helped the band, but it helped me as a person. I think I can absolutely stand for the fact that that growing up playing for such a place has made me as a musician, as a music director, way more sensitive than like the average person. And I think that a lot of my input that comes into the band has
So
came
sorry to
from that.
interrupt you, but like so at church I used to hear where like cuando decían ministras el alma, because you kind of know like how to play certain music to like touch the soul. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So does that kind of translate to your performance now
yeah,
in a way?
I would say 1000% yes. And here's the thing, like
So I'm a little fucked up. So I hope
no,
we all
that makes
fucked
total
up, man.
sense, you know.
We
know
all
what I mean?
fucked up.
And here's the perspective as a musician growing up at church, right? Your
Mhm.
parents are pastors, like you're in a church and like you have to hold this sort of status, right?
Yeah.
You think music is only for one type of way. I think music is energy. I think music is what you want it to be,
Mhm.
right? And people use music for all different types of beliefs and for what their outcome wants to be. For studying, for peace, for love, for happiness, whatever it is,
Mhm.
I think here in the band, my input has been just that. It's just I've gotten exposed to a spiritual realm of music that I know that if I play a certain song in a certain key, in a certain tempo, with certain lyric, like it can access somebody's soul. And in my structuring and in my realm of music, like that's been like the most ideal thing to keep in front of it. It's just that,
Mhm.
and I owe all my success to like growing up in church. And I still play every once in a while. I go out to a church and I play there with Nate. But when you are listening to music, whether that's live or through the radio, it's something so spiritual. It's something that accesses like your subconscious, and it's all energy.
Mhm.
It's not like a song comes on and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have the best day of my life. No, like it takes a certain amount of songs and lyrics and transitions to keep you distracted from like your current state of mind and where you are as a person to be able to like make you happy, you know? And for our structuring, going back to what we were talking about, it's just that, you know, there's so many people who pay so much money, who pay VIP, who come out to our shows and like they're expecting a good time. They don't know what it is. They don't know what it entails. And what that is for us is that, like, let's give them a fucking experience. Let's give them something where even if Pitbull said the best fucking line, he's like, I knew my rent was going to be behind about a week ago, you know, but I'm still out here. What's the rest of the line?
Dale.
and that's just it, you know. We're not here to do nothing else besides. That was beautiful, man.
But
You guys read each other's mind, dude.
that's what I'm saying. That's what the fuck I'm saying. Clave MC chemistry unmatched. Clave MC chemistry is what's gonna blow us up one day.
Oh my god.
Oh, God.
Palabra.
That was-
Keep that shit in mind. That's the Clave MC chemistry where you just seeing right there live and direct. Live indirect. Clave MC chemistry.
That's what shit, right?
That's some real shit right there.
We're performing not for like the people who are out there and who are having the best day of their lives. Like, good for them, you know. We're not performing out there for the people who, you know, are super happy. We're out there at the end of the day to perform for the people who are lost, who are stolen, who are sad, who are out here uncomfortable, anxious, whatever it may be. Like, we perform for them. Our hearts go out to them, and we try everything we can in order to support and create an atmosphere, no matter what the club or bar is, or birthday party or backyard.
Yeah.
That those people feel safe and secure, and that, you know, they can have a
Facts.
good time.
Facts.
Yeah, you guys are something special, dude. Like I've only seen you guys perform once, and it's like the energy. It's you know, impeccable. So it's really nice to watch, you know, and I look forward to, you know, watching you guys perform many times. So yeah, it's like you said, you know, it's something that, you know, it's people feel the way you guys play. So that's pretty nice.
And it's because of that chemistry that we have with one another, and it's that
yeah, and he said the last time I saw him, like, you know, when I first met you, that you guys feed off each other's energy.
We
and,
do.
and you could fucking tell.
We
that,
do,
you know, you
we
could
do.
feel that, you know. Yeah.
I was gonna say too, before we wrap this up, I just want to say, like, I appreciate my brothers in this band. You know, no matter all the struggles we go through, the hardships, you know, like, you know, there's always this ups and downs with the band, but, you know, at the end of the day, like, we love one another. You know, that's what makes Clave MC Clave MC. And I just want to tell y'all here live on this podcast that I appreciate y'all and I love y'all so fucking much.
and
you,
that
bro.
leads me to want to say something, like, regardless the relationship that you have with your mom, or like regardless the relationship you have with your friend, your brother, your cousin, your uncle, your sibling, your band members, every relationship is always gonna have its ups, and it's 100% gonna have its downs. And us as Clave MC, we have had many hardships. There's been many times where we've gone into arguments, or we've gone into discussions, or personally me, I've gone to points where I've been like, yo, honestly, fuck this. But at the end of the day, a relationship is a relationship, and the only people that can water that shit are the people within.
Yeah, it's like the
And-
saying. Sorry, bro. I just want to share that one little quote. You know, people always say the grass is greener on the other side, and fuck no, the grass is greener where you water it.
Exactly.
And that's exactly where we are.
Exactly, 100%. And us as Clave MC, you
Man, that
see
was
it. Let me say something.
I've never heard that.
Look,
bro.
look,
That was dope.
God
Let,
damn.
let me say something. Let me
Salute
say
to that,
something.
bro.
Make some t-shirts. I say that shit.
Let me say something. On the stage, you see us dancing, singing, having a great time, but nobody ever will know the type of shit that we as a group have gone through. And this goes to any other group that there is out there. There will always be an argument. There will always be a clash of heads. But what really makes a brotherhood in a relationship is the worthiness and the willingness to talk about it and establish a more solid base, a more solid relationship. That's what really makes a relationship. The willingness from both parties, from any party, to talk about it, that's what's always gonna make a relationship, and that's what's always gonna make the band or any relationship triumph.
And that's what's hard, man. Like,
It's
you're
hard.
dealing- You're dealing
wait,
with
hold on. You know what? You know what I always tell these people. Tell people that ask me like, "Yo, like you guys are in a group. Like, how do you guys do it?" I tell these fools, I'm like, "Yo, I'm literally in a relationship with 3 guys. I'm in a relationship with 3 guys."
That sounds sexy.
Hey,
Yeah,
we
no, no.
actually met on Tinder.
And
by the way.
it 100%
Minimum
and it
Bumble.
100% is that I'm in a relationship with 3 guys, and
Yeah.
I say that why? Because one,
those-
we all have to keep each other in mind.
Yeah.
We have to keep each other's feelings in mind, and we each have to come into an agreement, whether we like it or not.
and
That's what being a band is
fuck,
about.
like, I had a little shit to say right
That
now.
there's being in a group, it's not easy. It is not easy at all. Imagine having a girlfriend or a boyfriend. That times 3.
Yeah, I mean,
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, because you guys each have your own mindset, your own like little world.
Exactly.
You know? And you guys
We-
have to like come up
We
to an
each are
agreement.
individual, and you know what? Look, let me say something. People always tell us like, "Yo, you guys are so fucking weird. Like you guys are so different. You guys are such a unique group. You guys are such a unique group. Mario is one way. Charlie is another way. Nate is another way, and me,
backwards.
I'm way over here. I'm way over here. We are such a fucking unique group,
Yeah.
and I'll admit, we really are. We really are. But at the end of the day, I think that what really makes us what we are today, and what I know will take us to the end zone, is our willingness to communicate with one another, and the balance that we have in personalities. The balance that we have. Some of us are more aggressive. Some of us are more like nurturing, more caring, more this and that, and that balances us out.
Well, that's the
as
thing.
people.
That's the thing. That's the thing. As a band, we've seen those type of characteristics that have been difficult, right? As a band,
Very difficult. Very
As
difficult.
as just partners, like in the world, like it takes a lot, you know. Like we all have those friendships that require like a lot of attention, and we have those other friendships that like don't require anything. With the band, you gotta understand, these are people who you see like damn near on the daily, communicate on the daily, and yeah, that's just hard. That's just hard.
It's
as
very
fuck.
difficult. It's very difficult.
That's just the hardest thing like I've done, man. Cause
Everything good? Is the bathroom?
The bathroom was locked.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I went up there, it was locked.
bathroom is locked, man.
I could see what's going on if you want.
I think he's cool. He can go outside. He can go outside. He can go outside.
All right,
He goes
whatever you
outside.
want.
But yeah, like at the end of the day, a band is very much a relationship.
It's what you make.
It's
it.
what
And-
you make of it.
and
100%.
At the end of the day, every single relationship is gonna have
Every
like,
single relationship.
like times where you butt heads, right?
Every single relationship.
Whether it's like a boyfriend and girlfriend, with just like a friendship, with just like mother and father,
Yep.
or whether it's like son and father, son and daughter,
Son and
whatever it is.
mother.
Like it's a lot, and I think yes, what Miguel is saying, like our personalities have balanced this out, sure, but that's like the sweet part of it, you
Mhm.
know. I think the hard part of it
That's
is
the cute part of it.
that's
the
that's
that's the
that's the
base.
cute part.
That's the
But
cute
there's-
part of it.
there's been
That's
so
that's
many
the part that
times-
sounds good on paper.
on paper, man.
On paper, but outside of paper, the shit that we have gone through as a band in these 2 years, a little bit over 2 years, a little bit
We
over
made
2
2
years.
years in what,
And
February?
it's literally we're gonna 3 years in February, a little bit over 3 years, a little bit over 2 years. That's what we have right now.
So
And
2 years February.
no,
Yeah,
3
February,
years, 3 years in February.
No. 2 years, February 2024.
2024.
Okay, so you're like 2 years and almost
Yep.
2 years and a half.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah,
Give or
so
take.
we're like 2 years at. We're like
2
right
years, 3
now as a
months,
band
yeah.
of Clave MC, we're like at 2 years and a half. And right now, what we have been through has been a lot. It's been a lot of arguments. It's been a lot of discussions. It's been a lot of disagreements. But at the end of the day, individually, we know what we have to do, and we all
You guys know,
come
like, the
to
end
we all
goal.
come to a ground point, and that's what I want to get across. Like individually, regardless the relationship, regardless the friendship, regardless whether it's romantic or just a friendship, there will always come a time where there will be a disagreement, where there will be a discussion, where there'll be an argument, whether it's mother, son, father, son,
And I
mother,
think
father.
I think
etc.
arguments are like the most important part.
They're very important.
Because
Very important.
there's one aspect where it's like you could think you're 100% right, 1000%, and you can stand on business and be like, no, this is it. But I think anybody who's 100% right is 1000% fucking crazy, because you can never believe something more than what you are. And when I say that, I think part of the difficulties about being in a band, it's not about who you work with, it's about who you are individually, right? So if you're a person by nature that's very soft, very insecure, very scared, very easily weakened, very easily hurt, if you go into a band, you're just gonna get the bad sides of it.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna get into a band and you're gonna be like, wow, like they
Yep.
hurt my feelings.
Yep.
They hurt this, they hurt that. And that's the hardest part, because as musicians, most of us are like introverts. You know, most of us coming into this industry, we're just like people who like music, who've like related to it, and we aspire to be something greater.
Mm-hmm.
And most musicians get into a band, and that band hurts them like crazy. They're led by somebody who will take that alpha role and hurt their feelings, hurt their heart, and all of a sudden, like, they don't want to do music, you know? And I think in our band, it's been the like most perfect chemistry, not because of like our outside laughs and jokes, because outside of the band, like, we can be great. The hardest part
Outside of the
us-
band, we're the best of friends.
yeah,
Outside of the band, we're the best of friends.
yeah, man.
And yes,
And that's
Outside of the band.
that's super important, because I think it goes into play, right? It goes, one supports the other. Either you're best friends in a band and hate each other outside of it, or you're best friends outside of it and hate each other in a band. But us is that perfect. We love each other in the band and love each other out the
But
band.
how do you balance that? Because it's like it's two different worlds. Like, how do
Yeah.
you balance that? Like, how do you like
compromise.
how do you like argue
Communication.
inside the band? You know, rehearsal, whatever. You have an argument, and then next weekend you guys go out partying. Like, how does that work?
Communication
Alcohol.
and
Alcohol,
Alcohol.
you have to look. Just like in any relationship, you have to compromise something.
But what is
You
it that you
have to
compromise?
compromise
Answer
something.
that, man.
Can you repeat the question one more time? Sorry.
So shit. What did I say?
How do you
How
compromise?
do you?
Yeah, so-
how do you?
So let's say you're practicing, right? You have an argument, and you come with there's a disagreement, right? And then how do you guys move away from that and have fun outside of the group and become best friends? Like, how does that make sense? How do you guys balance
Yeah.
that? Like,
I'll-
when could you guys like say like fuck this? This is not the band anymore. This is us as friends.
When
Also-
it comes to like
Did that make
Hold
sense?
on.
Okay,
Yeah,
go,
I was gonna
go,
say, I'll
go,
start
go
it off.
ahead.
I'll let my boys talk after, for sure. But on my behalf, I feel like we're such.
We better throw hands right now, man.
we decided with boxing
Get
matches.
your ass over here, man.
Sword fighting.
Hey, talking
Sorry.
about boxing, are you guys
Sorry.
gonna watch the Jake Paul and fucking Tyson
Mike
Fury?
Tyson?
Or
When
yeah,
when-
Mike Tyson. I mean,
When is it?
However, I think
I
It's
think
in a couple
July.
weeks. It's in a couple
July
weeks.
something.
It's in
I'll
a
watch
cou-
it. I love
Oh,
boxing.
shit,
I watched the
it's on
Canelo
month.
fight with Edwin and Miguel.
I was
It was a really
not
good fight. It was a
watching-
really
I was
good
watching
fight.
De
That was a good
Oro,
fight, yeah.
De Oro live in San Francisco.
Yeah.
It was
Mario was
punches,
throwing it back
punches.
in the city.
Yeah, I was going
I wish I
crazy.
was there with him, to be
Okay.
honest.
Yeah.
But going back to that question,
Yes,
Can I re-ask it though? Can I re-ask it? Because I feel like he was taking like the borderline
do it,
place.
do it.
Charlie, as you, as an individual, as a guitarist in segunda voz, in Clave MC, how do you process disagreements? How do you feel when like something doesn't go your way, and how do you overcome it?
Yeah, but when you overcome it, like, in the band, you have a disagreement, right? And then when do you transition to when you guys are just friends outside of the band? Like, does that like bother you, or does that affect you in any way, or not?
All of the above. No, I'm just kidding. No, honestly, I just feel like since we're just genuine people and we're really humble when it comes down to that,
Okay.
At the end of the day, someone has to like step back and be like, you know what, like, I don't want to argue with this guy because I know if I keep escalating that, it's just gonna go to worse. So it's like sometimes you gotta step back and be like, you know what, like.
Do you guys all have that mindset where like it's escalating, and then you're like, okay, you know what, just let him win?
Repeat that question right now, because Mig's just walking in.
Oh shit.
Sentate vos.
Sentate vos, mierda.
Aquí, mira.
Vos cerote.
Vocerote, güey. Puta.
Vos calambrado.
Easy, steady.
He's got a
there
great
you go.
question right here, Mix. This is
All right.
very great question.
We're all answering
Ask
this.
away.
All right, so let me try to think here.
Segue,
Preguntame esa
segue.
mierda, pues.
He's like,
So what I was asking is, so you're practicing with the group, right? You guys have a disagreement.
Right.
When you guys have a disagreement, right? Do you guys acknowledge that there's a disagreement, and do you kind of like step back and say like, you know what? Let me have my guy, win this one, or do you just kind of try to, get your point across? And how does that transition from when you guys are not practicing and you guys are out and having fun? Does that affect you guys in any sort of way? Does that shit make any sense?
Yes, it made sense.
Alright.
Did you guys already answer?
I answered.
Okay, so personally for me, usually whenever we have a disagreement, we will talk about it. That's one of the good things about us is that regardless of the disagreement,
give
we
an
will talk about it.
An example of a disagreement.
A disagreement would be maybe we decide on starting on on a different song
Okay.
or ending with a different song, or the transition would be better if it followed
But who
up with
wins
this
in
song.
that conversation?
At that point, it would just based upon where the biggest vote would be upon. Maybe it's two of us versus one. Maybe it's three of us versus one. Maybe it's one
This
of us.
is some
versus-
mafia shit, like let's
It-
take a
Mafia
vote.
shit.
it's kind of depends
It's
on
a
like
democratic ass party.
it's
out
kind of
here,
it kind of
man.
bases upon like it kind of bases
Yeah.
upon like what sounds better to the majority, and sometimes it as a human it might have a little rencor in it, but at the end of the day, when you take it
Yes,
out,
but how do you let that go? That's what I'm trying to ask. Like, yes, there's un rencor or
How
lo
do
que
you- how do you
sea,
let it
and then like
go?
how do you let
You
that shit
don't.
go and then like
Look,
move
you-
on?
I was gonna say,
No,
I feel like
You
it's
square up with them, you beat the fuck out of each other.
Hey, we sword
you
fight.
gotta whack them.
sword fight it. But I was gonna say it
Sword
comes
fight.
down to
Oh, damn.
Oh man.
Shit.
you got the receipt.
I
Troy,
got my
Troy, can I
pantalones,
answer
huh?
this?
Wait, let me say one more thing before.
Okay, say one more thing. I want to say my shit.
All right, I was gonna say at the end
Hey,
of the
Ray,
day,
you got another one?
I want another shot. I still want
These are
another
really
shot.
good,
though.
bro.
These are fire. Take that shit. Bring that shit out.
I
These
love
are
Michael.
man.
Michael Kors.
Oh, we're talking.
How did it go from
I heard Michael, but I was like,
I know
Michael.
he said Michael.
Wait,
I
are we
said
taking a
Michael.
break
Mira.
right now? Because I need to pee
No,
real
no.
bad.
My head, I'm sorry.
Well, my wife was
You-
18. I was 18 as well. I was about to turn 19.
Wow.
Damn. When I
Damn,
got
loco.
pregnant,
Cody? Sorry,
when I got pregnant,
You got pregnant.
when you got pregnant.
we got pregnant,
There we
man.
go.
There we go, man. I was still 19 years old. You
Can
know?
I ask how old you are now?
I'm 23.
Okay.
Yeah, my daughter, my beautiful, beautiful baby girl just turned 3 years old on April
Shout out
29th.
Analea.
Shout out Leia, man.
Happy birthday.
Shout out
Es el amor de
Leia.
mi vida y es la razón que todavía está por aquí. But going back to the question that you asked, how do we deal with those differences?
Yeah.
And it's hard, bro. It's hard. And what a lot of people who aren't musicians, they don't understand is like your passion and your heart and your soul comes out in these moments. And as passionate and as loving as you are about music, when there's a disagreement, you're even twice as much more passionate about it. So there's that like headbutting process. And my best advice for anybody who's in a group or anybody who finds a disagreement like that, no matter where it is, it's just the simple fact of like, do what's best for the project. You know, so for me, I can easily drop my ego and drop my pride and be like, hey, what's better for Clave MC?
Because everybody have the same mindset, you know. Like, let me
Hell
talk this
no.
shit.
I'm just playing. No, I'm just joking.
Is there one of you guys that has like?
At the end of the day, yes, and I say that because, like, it's gonna take us a lot to get there.
Okay.
It's gonna take us hella long to get there, man. But in the end of it, like what? You know, if I may feel super passionate about an idea, and I can be like, Charlie and Miguel, this is what I want to do. Like, this is what I think is the motherfucking best thing in the world. And both of them tell me no. At the end of the day, like, I got to give in, right? I got to get over my pride. I got to get over my ego. And I got to see it from a perspective where they're seeing. And there's very few times where I have to, like, explain my perspective and say, hey, this is why I think and feel this way. But the biggest key to those situations is communication. Whether you're right or you're wrong, whether you end up deciding completely different than what you thought, like, if you communicate enough, like, it's going to be the best thing. And that's what's helped us so much. It's just that it's doing the best thing for the group, not doing the best thing for us individually, not doing the best thing for Mario, not doing the best thing for Miguel, not doing the best thing for Charlie, not doing the best thing for Nate, not doing the best thing for Edwin. It's doing the best thing for Clave MC.
Let me say the good thing about us as a group, regardless how many times we're in a disagreement, regardless how many times we're in an argument, regardless how many times we fight, we are all open for constructive criticism, and we are all open to get our feelings hurt. And you know, I could feel free to tell Charlie this. I could tell Mario that. Charlie and Mario could tell me this. They could tell me that. Hey, Migs, you fucking up here. Migs, you fucking up there. That openness that we have with one another to hurt each other's feelings for the better and accept it to what it is, that's what has helped us out a lot. And all of us have that openness.
You got to understand that there's a lot of pressure as a performer, right?
A lot of pressure.
There's not only so much pressure for yourself, but because we're in a band, it's less of like, for example, like the difference between like Harry Styles and like One Direction, right? Jonas Brothers. Like, you know, there's like a group collective and then there's like an individual artist. And with Clave MC, it's not about an individual person. It's like all of us together.
We all have to come down to something. A middle ground.
Yeah.
Where we can all agree on and continue with our day.
And I feel like the greatest gift that God has given us is that we're all understanding people.
We're all understanding people. We are.
Know? And we all, even at the end of every argument, we love each other so much that we have to, like, come down to a solution. You know, there just can't be one guy who's like, fuck all y'all, I'm out of the band. Like,
yeah.
Never.
Not we have to, but we want to. We want to, and that's like what relationships are about. If you want it to work, it's gonna work.
Want it or not, like you said,
I think
grass is greener where you water it.
Yeah,
there we go, baby. Come on now.
Yeah, I think that's a beautiful gift because not everybody could have the mindset.
And
you know, like
there's a lot of people that are very egoistic and very prideful.
Yeah,
and just as us, we have our egos individually. We have our pride. But as individuals, we still have the gift to understand that we need to come to an agreement,
and
which a lot of people cannot do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And that's what's super cool, man. Because like when you become a musician, and especially when you start to see like fruit in your craft, you start to see like fruit into what you've invested in. It's super fucking easy to let your ego blow up like a balloon.
Yep.
It's super easy to like see like a small piece of like success, and all of a sudden in your head and your ego and your pride, you'll let that blow up like crazy.
You're like that hot shit.
You're like, wow, like nobody's better than me and blah, blah, blah. But like for us, what's been super cool is that we've grown at the same pace. We've been all at the same level, and we forever, ever will be at that. You know? I was going to take this one motherfucker to think that they better than us. No, I'm just playing. But I think we all love each other. Not I think. I know that us
yeah.
as a band,
And-
regardless of Clave MC, we love each other outside of it, and we're best friends outside of the band, and that's what allows us to be able to come into the band.
Mm-hmm.
I think
and
what has
have
really has brought us this long distance of 2 years
Alcohol.
is
Alcohol.
Salud,
Salud to
puta.
that. Salud to that. No, honestly,
Chill,
on
Jens.
some real shit though. What has brought us to this distance is the maturity within one another to be able to put down our ego and put down our pride and be like, okay, you know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm wrong. That's okay.
That shit sucks, man.
It sucks.
That shit's so hard.
Individually, you take a little hit.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, for the long run, it's better.
For not
That-
just the
that's
long
what-
run, for the band,
For
it's
the band,
better.
for the long run of the band, that's what's best. And that's what each of us have within one another. That has got to be the best trait that individually we have, is that ability to take criticism and give criticism as what it is.
Bro, 'cause-
Regardless of
yep.
besides sugarcoating, we're able to tell one another, hey, look, Migs, you're fucking them here, bro. And I've had it. Mario and Charlie, Migs, you're fucking them here, bro. Migs, you gotta do this better. Migs, you gotta do this better.
And it happens to like all
It
of us
happens
too,
to all of
individually.
us.
Look,
Charlie, you
like,
gotta do this
I've
better.
gotten
Mario, you
criticism.
gotta do this better.
I've gotten criticism to the point where it hurts, you know, because my emotional part gets to it. You know, like no, like
Could you give an example of a criticism that like really like hit you and deep down and you were like, oh damn, this shit hurts? Like, what's a criticism that like really hurt you?
Let me start off with this.
Nah,
So-
I want to hear. I want to hear Char.
All right, go Charlie.
man.
Go Charlie.
I don't know, it's a little too personal for me to share.
You
on
don't
the
have
pod.
to. You don't have to talk about it if you
But,
don't want to.
let's say like it was very personal for sure, you know. But Migs had told me straight up like, "Hey, bro, like as a brother, I'm telling you in this perspective, like this is what I think." At first, my emotional side became very defensive, you know, like, "No, like you don't know how I feel, like blah blah blah, like this and that," you know. But processing it throughout the night and like the previous like after, you know, processing it, I was like, okay, I understand that logically now because I didn't let emotion get to it, you know. And at the end of the day, logically is what wins over emotionally, you know.
There's been many times where I have had to come to either Charlie or Mario, well, all of us. We've all had to do this where we had to go to one another and be like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. You're fucking up here. You're fucking up there. You gotta do this better. You gotta do this better. From my opinion, you could get offensive about it. You could throw a tantrum about it. But what makes a relationship work is whether he's right or wrong, that you take it in personally, absorb it, think about it, and you either come up with a solution or you come up with a solution.
And I'm gonna join in there because at the end of the day, us as like men, we think that we know what we're saying. You know what I mean? Like we think that the advice or the consejo que le damos al uno al otro.
You good?
I think he just nicked the leaks.
The alcohol's getting to him.
He's like, no, after that I'm done.
Just trying to expose him.
The alcohol's getting to him.
Bro, we should have just let him walk out and be like, fuck. Charlie walked out. No, pero es eso, like,
Make that the thumbnail. Charlie walked out.
the stupid part about it, right? Because we're all friends, we all love each other, we know that. But the stupidest part is that all of us can hop on our little ego and horse and pride and be like, hey, this is what should be right. I can be like, hey, Migs, like, this is what's right, and the way you handle this situation is wrong. You know, and maybe Charlie can think the same and agree with me. But does that make Charlie and I right? No. And that's the interesting factor. It's just like, of course, we want the win to be by majority, but what's become like the hardest piece of the puzzle, it's like, when can you be attacked, right? When you're in the wrong, when you've done something that's like being disagreed with, but you feel very strongly positive towards.
Mm-hmm.
Like, at what point is that heard, you know? you as a band member, you want to feel like your voice is valued. You want to feel like your ideas are valued, that they're heard, that they're like implemented. You know,
Mhm.
you don't want to feel like, damn, I shared so much about myself and so much about my ideas and nothing was taken up. And I think in our band, it's been hard to like give it a word. But that's only because you're dealing with like the most distant personalities ever. You know, you're dealing with personalities that will never agree with one another,
Mhm.
but we will yield to what's best for the band. And I think that's what's most beautiful. It's just that, you know, if we can do it for the band, then it's going to work.
Mhm.
You know, individually, we're going to get over our pride, get over our ego, get over whatever the heck it is. But
Any sentiment
yeah,
for the band.
but for Clave MC, for that person listening, whatever night it is, we're going to make sure that person gets the night of their lives.
Got it.
Yep. Yep.
So at the end of the day, it's for Clave MC. You know, you guys
Clave
will,
MC.
you know,
Yeah.
overcome your
Our differences,
exactly, yeah. For
our
the band, yeah.
pride, our ego, our disagreements. At the
Yeah.
end of the day, you have to make it work one way or another. And I think that's why a lot of relationships do not work out, because they don't
Yeah.
understand that. They don't understand that, and we have been godly blessed with that knowing that, you know, this is how relationships work.
Yeah.
This is how us individually we are, and this is how individually we need to work.
Yeah.
And yeah, pues gracias a Dios nos ha funcionado. We've been going solid 2 years and a half. And
Almost.
just based upon what we have from the beginning, how much we have advanced since we started, it is nothing but éxito and triunfo. Because we got it, and we just got it.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
So I know you guys have projects going on with I'm sorry, I forgot the gentleman's
Andre.
name. Andre.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a project going on for Clave MC, like a hit that?
That's in the projects. And here's the thing, because us in a position, going back to the question that you asked earlier, right? You asked Miguel and Charlie specifically, like, where do they see the band going, right? My answer, personally, I just feel like we're in a position that's us. You know, we're in a position right now uniquely that we can do whatever the heck we want. If you want to be that band that you can hire for a backyard party, or hire for your club, or hire for a fucking divorcio a la verga, like, you know, we can be that band.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we got the possibilities to being us and representing what we feel and who we are. And por la gracia de Dios, algún día vamos a llegar wherever He wants us to go, you know? But, sure, we have our outside projects, as Charlie and I do with Daisy and Andre and different artists that we collaborate with. But for Clave MC, I think what's to come is the most crazy fucking thing you've ever heard. And that's only because we're taking our time. We're being patient. We're not riding like a wave of like, oh my gosh, we got popular and let me drop this. We're being very strategic as to where we're putting our time and energy.
Yeah, you gotta
that.
stay humble and, like you said, it's strategic. You know, in order for you guys to, like, you know, advance and stuff. So when could we?
What starts quick ends quick.
True.
Yeah.
That's very true. Yeah, yeah. So when could we, like, hear your next hit?
I say by the end of the year.
By the end of the year. By the end of the year.
You hear our first.
As a matter of fact, right now we are working on putting together a little popurrí. Un popurrí.
Really?
Right now,
some shit
we,
that you
we
show
are-
your abuela and your abuelita will
we
be
are
like,
working
"Pa,
right
pues,
now.
pa."
We're in the process. We are in the process
Puta.
of putting together a popurrí and uploading it to YouTube and Spotify and those kinds of.
MySpace.
When is this
MySpace,
gonna hit?
Pornhub.
Like the end of the year as well, or sooner?
The
End of the
popurrí
year.
will,
The popurrí.
the popurrí
Sooner.
will be here in like about like 4 months.
4
Really?
months.
Yeah,
We're
but
working.
Clave, when you hear our individual shit, where you'll be like, God damn, Give us 2025, motherfucker. We're gonna surprise the fuck out your tia. Your grandma gonna be our #1 fan, man.
Your grandma, your tia.
Look, God knows the best timing, bro.
Exactly, and that's exactly it, man. Like
And something that I feel as a band is that, like, gracias a Dios, God has put into our path very effortlessly what we need.
there we go.
Ooh.
Wow.
God
What we need.
Who are you,
God
bro?
has put into our path purposely what we need.
Damn.
And we just do what we do, what we need to do, and how us as individuals and organically how we do it. We do what we do, y gracias a Dios por eso, God has put into our path what we need.
My boy Meg's gonna open up a church soon.
There's a passage in the Bible. I wish I would have like written it down, but there's one that talks about like as a child of God, wherever you put your energy towards, God will show out. And I think that's exactly the testimony of our band. It's just that, you know, in front and center, even though, you know, we are who we are and we're these desmadrosos ass fools, at the end of the day, in the front and center of what we stand for is God, you know? It's something greater than ourselves.
Can you say that shit again, bro? I forgot. How'd you say it?
You could hear it
replay it.
when
You
the
can hear that
episode
later.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
You can
I'll
re-
replay that part. But
You
I
can
was
replay that
gonna
later.
say too, everything for a reason at the end of the day. You know, whether stuff works out, whether stuff
Yeah.
doesn't work out, you know.
Yeah.
We
Who
all learn
cares,
from it,
man?
You know.
We're going to go back to being who we were and who we are. And Clave MC has been the best roller coaster of my life. And I will forever, ever, ever be happy because I'm so in love with the fact that I get to do what I do with these guys right here. Guys that I get to see every freaking day. And, man, si algo, if I can get anything in the world from Clave MC, it'd be our friendship, man. And
The chemistry, 100%.
and I just take that forever, man. And
I was
I
gonna
take
say,
that and
yeah.
I bless that upon everything. And
Love you, bro. I was gonna say,
Love
even
you
at the
too,
end of the
dog.
day, if we weren't in a band, we'd be the best of the. I mean, we are the best of friends right now, you know. But regardless, outside of the band, we still
That's
be together.
great. Yeah.
that helps a lot, man. It sucks when you hate your your peer, you know, and you're in a band with somebody who you
that would
don't.
be a different
Yeah.
outcome. I feel like, you know. So it's great that you guys could be in a band and also be best of friends outside of the band, you know, day-to-day basis or whatever, you know.
And it's very underestimated how much it takes to be able to do that. How very much it takes to be able to be bandmate and a friend simultaneously.
Y aquí con uno de los bands.
Se le fue el rollo.
Chicle, mami.
Aquí a donde nos ves, güey, puta. Bro, we sacrificed so much.
Bro, I was trying to invest. I was like,
Where you from? Where are you? Point. That's how I felt, dog. But no, my man, it's like the amount of love that we've had to give individually is crazy, man.
It's crazy.
It's
very,
fucking
very
crazy because, like, we all know our relationships outside of the band, whether that's like our mother and father, whether it's like a boyfriend or girlfriend or a friendship, no matter what it may be, like, holy fuck, like, this is the longest relationship that any of us have had.
So that's another great question, you know, like, you guys know each other more personal. Like, do you guys know each other's like personal life?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Each and every
Absolutely.
one of us, for sure.
And that's what the success is. It's like, if I didn't know that, if, for example, like Char would just to come to me like as a stranger,
Mark's
you
my
know,
therapist.
I think I'd go like tired of him. Same way I would go tired if I came up to Charlie as a stranger. Charlie would, you know, shut me out or whatever the heck, you know, interpret my feelings or emotions like differently. But, you know, if you're in a band, again, this goes to the people listening who are there, who are believing that they're going to become something and, you know, they want some sort of guidance or perspective into where they are. I would say become best friends with the people who you're with, you know, be humble, be somebody who loses all pride over yourself only to be able to understand others, you know? Get a perspective that's not yours. If you are able to reciprocate that energy, I think you're destined for success, no matter what the band is. And I think my heart goes out to those people who are just starting off, who are frustrated like we were, who are lost like we were, who are, man, we've invested everything and now we're into a point where like everything is breaking us. You're going to get to that point of just like no return. And I hope and I wish and I pray that you get to a point that you can love the people around you, that you will give everything for them. And my heart goes out to y'all, man. So, saludcita.
You will get to that point, yo.
You will.
You will. Con tiempo y con fe.
No matter what you do, consistency is key.
I thought he was about to rap right now.
I'm just a drummer,
thought you
man.
were-
Andamos ruleta, no una camioneta, subir a la vaina y le la maneta. Coronao. Yeah, much love to all my homies right here at Clave MC. Much love to the homie Charlie, segunda voz y guitarra. En la batería con toda la energía como Mario. Shout out to the homie Nata on the bajo who couldn't be here. Natalicio. Shout out to the homie right here, Edwin. En la fotografía y en el video. Saludos a toda la raza allá con muchísimo cariño. Clave MC. Ay, pa' que vayan y digan. Y nosotros somos Clave MC. Pierrota. Saludos to the homie right here, Eduardo Uriel, on the fucking podcast. Much love to the homie right here. Remember, June 14th, we're going to be out here with Grupo Evolución. Cáiganle.
Bring your mom, bring your
mama,
grandma.
Your grandma,
That's who we want.
your dada, your grandpa.
Mata abuelitas.
El
El mata abuelita con mamá right here.
Miguel sin pena, pues.
Aquí andamos al trillón pasadito. No se lo pueden perder. Y nosotros somos Clave MC. Pierro. Ah, no, quedó. Right on.
Getting goosebumps. So we could close this out if you guys want. We've been.
You can add that as the outro if you want to ask another
Yeah, that
question.
little
You can always add it
If you
as
wanna ask
the
another
outro.
question or two, you can add that.
You can
as
add
the
a couple questions and then just add it.
Yeah, I mean, I could keep on going. I just feel like you guys have.
My boy, right here with us, as Clave MC, as Clave MC, we can stay here till the morning, my boy. La plática aquí no se acaba, loco.
Two of your best questions. Not even best, because your best are like common, you know? I want like the most personal shit that we can answer. Like, what does that look like?
As far as your group goes,
Like,
Yeah,
get deep
like,
in
Whatever,
it, like,
whatever you want,
Bro, like,
whatever
put us
you
on the
want.
spot, bro.
Ask
us
us whatever you
uncomfortable.
want.
dissect us, bro.
I had
We
a
ready.
question that I wanted to ask, but you were talking, and I don't want to interrupt you. But I forgot.
Pregunta esa mierda.
I'm gonna say quick.
So what were you talking about? I just had a question that I wanted to ask so bad.
I love big booty.
Eso sí.
So when you guys are practicing, is there somebody that like wants to take, the, I guess, author role? I don't know if that's the right question, word, but like somebody that wants to take the lead.
All
That's
of
a
us.
beautiful
Look,
question. You know
and-
why? Because as a band, I think we've all labeled ourselves as alphas,
Yeah.
which is like the
And how
the
do you
hardest
how
part.
how do you how do you guys like? Yeah, you said you
Everybody
label
does.
everybody as alphas. Like,
Yeah.
how do you like? An alpha's an alpha. Like, how do you guys like fucking say, okay, you know what? Let him take the
Bro,
role.
at
and
the
let me-"
end, bro, like if there's a disagreement, we put on some boxing gloves and we just go.
We just chunk it out. We just chunk it out.
Yeah,
chunk it out,
We
man.
just chunk it out.
We sort.
Motherfucker, I'm right. Boom.
We
No,
sword
mames.
fight at the.
Pero what I was getting to earlier, it's like you're gonna get to what's best for the band. What's best for the band is the hardest shit, because I can be like a very eccentric type of person that's gonna be, again, my background is not where they grew up in, so I can come in with some like really left-handed type shit, and they can interpret it as like, no, I'm not comfortable with that. But we're all gonna argue, But here's one beautiful fucking thing that as a music director I found the most success in is like, let's try every option. You know, whether you got like 2 to 4 to 5 to 8 different options as to what something can sound like. Let's try all of them. And what's going to feel the best. And we are a band that is just going off of how we feel. If we feel good, we're going to sound good. If we're going to sound good, we're going to receive good. You know?
So like tied together.
Yeah, you know? And at the end of the day, no matter if I can come up with some like sub-crazy sub-tuplets like in 7/8 to do all these crazy fucking chops and like contratiempos a la verga and this and that, and like end in this like crazy fucking thing, who cares? Who cares if I can do that as an individual? It's just if somebody's gonna be receiving it in the same way. So that's what we go to. You know, we have those disagreements. Those disagreements are gonna come, and they're gonna be hard, but we're gonna try every single option that we have, and the one that feels the best is gonna be the best.
Got it.
Eso.
That was
Regardless of pride and ego, there's
always
always gonna be a middle ground, and there's always gonna be an agreement. There's gonna be a peace, and that's only if you have the ability to put your ego and your fucking pride aside. That's only if you have that ability.
It's the hardest thing to do.
It's very hard,
true.
especially
I
like
agree with
especially like as a guy. You know, as a guy, you have a lot of pride. You have a lot of stuff that you've done, and you have a lot of ego. You know, and the stuff that you can do, and you know the stuff that you could do, and sometimes you gotta put that off to the side. And as a guy, as many people know, it's pretty difficult to do. Pretty difficult to do.
And that's the thing, like,
but that takes a lot of maturity, and you know, it takes a lot of acknowledgement, knowing that what you feel and what you are experiencing at the moment,
willingness.
You have to know, you have to accept that what you feel it's okay, but you have to know that you have to put it off to the side.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. It's knowing that what you're feeling is normal and being able to put it off to the side for the sake of a unity and for the sake of a compensation.
It's not just like guy or girl. It's just like humans as individuals. Like, we are all some egotistic.
Everybody.
No matter where you are.
Everybody.
Yeah. So, if you want to make a relationship work, it's just that. How can I communicate that I disagreed? You know, I mean, compensating is like a tricky subject, but understanding one another, that's easy. You know, you tell me like, Mario, this is how I feel. I can be like, oh, I understand you. Easy as fuck. But the hardest part is settling for something. Right? Even though I understand you, I can be like, hey, I understand you and I acknowledge your feelings, but I'm still going to agree with how I feel. You know, so at the end of the day, you might feel to some extent like, yeah, they understood me, but they discouraged me, you know? And as a band, it's just that. It's just like trickling back and forth for what's best.
That's all and what a relationship is. None of us will ever give each one another the benefit of the doubt of like, oh, Mario knows what the fuck he's doing. Charlie knows what the fuck he's doing. Miguel knows what the fuck he's doing. Edwin knows what the fuck he's doing. Nate knows what the fuck he's doing. We're going to be in that position where we're just like, you know what? I was wrong, and let's see how Clave MC can be better. Yeah. It's always that. That's always what it is. All of us, we could bring up ideas. But at the end of the day, it really has to go down to, okay,
Trial and error.
Got it.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to DJ Eski.
Shout out to the homie DJ Eski. All the way to Missouri from Califas, homie. Aquí andamos in the Bay Area.
Arriba los 400.
My boy Eski.
All the way from the Bay Area.
Arriba los 400 de canal.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I had heard of you guys. before he
And you had
talked to
told
guys-
me you're like yeah, I got a recommendation from DJ SK.
Yeah, he's the
So
one that
shout
kind
out
of
to that
pushed
one.
me out to like reach out to you guys, and I'm super thankful that he did because you guys are humble, you guys are fucking authentic, you guys are, just a great band. You know, when I first reached out to you, I'm like, I was so nervous. I'm like, fuck, he's gonna be like, nah, motherfucker, like you know, we are on a different level, you know.
Nah,
bro.
man.
Hey, at the end
But
of the day,
you were so, like.
Hey,
From the
that-
get-go,
it's-
you were
it's-
like,
it's
yes,
ni-
let's
it's
do it.
nice to hear that though.
Yeah.
It's very nice to
And
hear that you
That's the
think that we're
first time
like that.
we've heard that shit.
yeah,
Really?
bro,
That's the first time that we
honestly,
ever hear that shit.
Honestly,
Because like it's we do have a very good following.
Yeah.
We have a very good recognition.
And that's why I was like kind of like
we're-
hesitant to reach out.
We're
to
just
you
some
guys.
kids, man.
Yeah.
You gotta understand that, like, this is like less than everything, you know. Clave MC, like, yes, we do love individually, but Clave MC at the end of the day is born up of 4 individuals, 5 individuals now. That we're just people.
and who
what-
got pushed up by
Yeah.
people of the ordinary.
Yeah,
And
we
people
grew
that
up.
are-
We grew up
that
like
know-
the same way you did, man. We did the same
Yep,
shit you
exactly.
did.
from
like-
Canal.
Baby.
We're all
I
like
still live in the
we're
canal.
all first generations
still
here
live
in the
in the
United
canal.
States.
Yep.
We're
Where
all
do you say in
first
the canal?
generations. We all.
Okay.
Hey, saludos a
Right,
Carnal
just mi
Márquez.
pueblo.
Salud,
Used to
Carnal
be
Márquez.
Hey,
Saludos a
remember
Carnal
we used to be
Márquez.
Circuit City
Circuit
before, yeah. Yeah, I used to go after school. I used to
Circuit
go and
City?
Man.
play the demo games and
Circuit
shit.
City, that's when I.
That
That's
was
when I
before
first.
I didn't grow up in Canal, so I don't know about that shit.
Yeah, you look
Yeah,
lost.
be
You look
stopped.
like you don't know what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
no, hey, all I know is Charral. Shout out to the homies from Charral.
Shout out
no?
Carral, hijo de
Hey, but I wanna
puta.
say,
Carral.
at the end of the day, we appreciate you, bro, for inviting us here, bro.
Dude, we're
It
so
means-
thankful,
you know what?
man.
This is our very first podcast
Yes,
ever.
sir.
Very first,
We've
bro.
never
Definitely.
been
You guys are
invited to a
naturals, dude. You
podcast.
guys are-
Dude, we're just
We've
here
never
going
been
like,
in. People have told us like, "Yo, we want to invite you guys to the radio station, this, and that," and I'm like, "Cool, like let me know whenever." But they never got us back. But the first ever podcast has been this one.
Yeah, man.
Clave MC. So this
Thank
one
you
right
guys
here
for
for
We're
stopping
gonna
Charlie.
clip this shit.
This
for
one right
live,
here
bro.
for
Come on.
Charlie gonna be for the bugs.
It's in the books.
Saludos
Yeah.
al compa Lighthouse, compa Eduardo right here, compa
Shout out
Eduardo Uriel.
Lighthouse,
It's in the history
Eduardo.
right here.
This one right here for the Clave MC first ever podcast.
Shout out, Sacramento.
We out here. You guys had the opportunity to hear us out from a whole other
Thank you.
perspective
Thank
than
you
what
so
you see
much.
up on the stage.
Yeah.
Hey,
You
we
saw
could
us on a whole
we could run
intimate
it back.
level.
Run it
Anytime
back
you guys
every
want.
week,
We will
man.
run it
Anytime you
back
We
guys
got a
any
lot of
other
shit to
day.
say,
Welcome,
dog.
yeah.
We got a lot of
Because
shit to say.
Us, we will wake the fuck up till 6, 7 in the morning talking shit. No matter what it is. We will wake
They
up.
just got us buzzed right now. Get us drunk.
Bruh.
Y'all motherfuckers are in for a podcast, dog.
You guys are not ready.
I want
You
questions
guys
like,
ain't ready.
what's your favorite band experience? Who's your favorite tia that you met? Like, what's the best person that
intimate
you
questions,
You guys
dude.
are not
Those
ready.
are questions that we fucking need as a band.
What's your
so,
credit score?
4-7.
All that
This is just the tip of the iceberg. Clave MC first ever
We just
podcast.
out here
Right
talking
here
shit,
for
man.
the homie Lighthouse Entertainment. Or
Hey,
the
Lighthouse.
thought process.
Aplauso para el
Un aplauso para el
Podcast.
coma. Aquí andamos. Hasta yo un
Thank you,
pasadito. And we will see you guys 14th a junio, homie. No se lo pueden perder. Y nosotros somos Clave MC. Fierro. I don't like it.
Wow.
Beautiful. Beautiful podcast.
Yeah.
Beautiful
Well, thank you guys for
podcast.
stopping by.
Thank you.
We could
man.
always run it back if you guys are interested in coming
Hey,
back.
Juan.
I
Hey,
would
bro,
love to
Juan,
have you
Usted
guys
no
back.
me diga.
Bring,
No me
bring
diga.
like the interesting ass questions, bro. Like, this was like
It was just an
surface.
intro about
Yeah.
Clave MC, who we
beautiful.
are,
Give
what
us
we're
some, like,
about.
hoe-ass shit, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
What's our body count? All this.
Oh,
Yeah, bro.
fuck.
Oh,
Great
yeah.
Don't
questions,
ask
great
that,
questions.
bro.
Eduardo,
Oh,
just
then
know
we're
that
gonna get in trouble.
We live down the street, bro. So cuando quieras. pa.
Hey, hon, we do live down the street.
Yeah,
though.
listen. Thank you guys for stopping by. I think we're gonna call it a night. You know, it's
Yeah.
fucking. I
Yeah.
think this is gonna
Bro,
be.
we
our,
went at this shit for like 3 hours,
Your
cuz.
longest
Come
I
on
think
now.
this is my longest podcast.
Wow.
So I
Hey,
appreciate
Hey,
you
First
guys
hour,
stopping by.
cut the
And the-
fuck out of it, man. Like,
Hey, I enjoyed it.
Second, third.
I've enjoyed every
If you
minute
did
of it,
You
bro.
probably need to do it in 2 parts.
There we
Thank
go.
you guys. No,
Bruh.
fuck
Part
that.
one,
One
part
part.
two.
Yeah, no.
Hey,
one part.
thank you
All
to
of
your
it.
son too for helping us out, man.
Hey,
He needs to
what's
go
your
to
name,
sleep.
Pop?
Brandon.
Shout out to the
Shout
homie
out
Brandon.
Brandon.
Shout out to the
Brandon,
homie
bro.
Brandon.
on the 1-2.
All right,
Thank you,
Clave
bro.
MC.
Yeah,
I am
Clave
super
MC.
stoked, happy to have you guys on June 14th.
It's an
I
honor,
cannot
It's an
wait.
honor.
it's my first event, so we'll see how it goes. I'm
Hey.
just trying to promote the shit out of it.
Hell
It's
yeah.
harder than I thought it was gonna be, honestly. But I'm really honored and thankful
You gotta
that
pay for the promotions on Instagram.
I'm doing that. Yeah.
You
I got a
gotta
couple
do that
tias
like
gonna come
crazy.
through.
we're
like
On
gonna-
Instagram,
yeah,
on
boy.
TikTok, on YouTube, on
Listen,
fucking Facebook. Pay for
mostly
that
the
shit.
spot, yeah,
Pay
Facebook,
for that
Facebook.
shit.
Yeah,
It's
I did.
worth it.
I did
Eduardo.
pay for it the first week or so. I'm a push, like pay more the last couple of weeks, just because I haven't got a lot of engagement.
Hey,
We're kind of far out.
Eduardo,
so I just don't
you-
wanna-
Así empieza uno, pero
Eduardo.
mira, we're gonna send it to everybody that we know.
Eduardo.
I
We're gonna
appreciate
And
bring
you
it.
know what? You know what? Us personally, as Clave MC said, we will do you we will help you out to where we will also help you pay for the promotion.
Yes.
Come on, man, we're gonna
Personally,
invest-
yeah,
personally,
invest in you
because you know
that's
what?
long
You know
term,
why?
man.
You know why? Porque nos caíste bien, loco.
Oh,
Porque
thank
nos
you.
caíste bien.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we like I told you, we like to help out folks. So, out of our pocket, we will pay our promotion for you.
Yes.
We will pay the promotion for this event, and we will make
Shout out
sure that there will be a
Lighthouse.
lot of people.
Pues,
Shout out to the
puta.
Lighthouse, and we're gonna pay
Like
this shit
casa.
out of our heart, out of our grace.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. You don't have to do that. I just want to build a long-term relationship with you guys where we know we could
Man.
do more events.
Yes.
And
There
like,
will be
like I said,
Podcast,
you guys
man.
many
More
more
podcasts.
events.
That
yeah, and then we could do more podcasts. We
We
could
will
run it
do
back
very more
anytime you guys
podcasts.
want. You guys
we
are
need about
always
like
welcome
2
here.
bottles.
Hey,
each
loco.
podcast.
Yes. Next time you
Let's
come,
make-
I'm gonna get Centenario for sure.
Hey,
I just happen to have that.
I'm
Hey,
gonna
make
go
that
by
shit
it. I'm gonna go.
reposado, homie.
Reposado los dos
Make that shit
hueputas.
reposado.
Whatever you need, I got you guys
Retroceso.
next time. More beer, hello chelas, hello like.
Run that shit, retroceso.
All right, sounds
Anyway.
good. So I think we're gonna call it a night.
Call that shit a night.
Yeah.
Shout yourself out, bro. Let me
Hey,
know.
before we head out, make sure to follow Clave MC on Instagram, Clave MC _
OnlyFans.
Facebook, Clave MC Oficial, YouTube, Clave MC Oficial, TikTok, Clave MC Oficial.
MySpace.
No se lo pueden perder.
Bro,
Y nosotros. What?
MySpace. OnlyFans.
MySpace.
MySpace
What?
and OnlyFans.
MySpace.
MySpace. No.
OnlyFans, Clave
That's
MC.
bullshit.
Mi
Anyways,
tía.
Hey,
Mi
y nosotros
abuela.
somos Clave MC. ¡Ah, no me quedó! Quiero.
All right.
Vamos
thank
a la
you
pija.
guys. We'll see you guys June 14th. If you can make it, Gueringelli's, the venue with Clave MC and Grupo Evolucion. It'll be a fun one. Cheers.
Yes,
We
sir.
gonna see y'all there June 14
June
con
14.
Grupo Evolución. No se lo pueden
Evolución.
perder. Ay, no me quedo. Hay que echarle macizo. Nos vemos en la próxima. Fierro.